Hey guys, this week's episode of The Read is being brought to you by Talkspace, which is the online therapy company that lets you message a licensed therapist from anywhere at any time. No commutes, no leaving the office, and absolutely no judgments. With Talkspace, therapy is as easy as sending your therapist a message. Match with your perfect therapist today for a fraction of the price of traditional therapy, and make sure you go to Talkspace.com/read for a special offer on Talkspace today. Talkspace, therapy for how we live today. Now let's move on.
Hey y'all, today's episode is also brought to you by Squarespace. With Squarespace, you can turn your great idea into a reality. They make it easier than ever to launch your passion project, whether you're showcasing your work or selling products of any kind. They have so many gorgeous templates and the ability to customize just about anything, so you can definitely make a beautiful website all by yourself, even if you've never done it before. And if you do get stuck, they have 24/7 award-winning customer support right there to help you out. So check out squarespace.com for a free trial, and when you're ready to launch, use offer code READ to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. That's squarespace.com, offer code READ for 10% off. Let them know we sent you, and let's start the show. I think Lisa Bonet spent more on the ring in her nose.
Are you serious?
I am.
Sophia.
Is that your final answer?
Yeah.
It is Sophia.
That's right, it is. It's black ass right, it is.
Now, you have 3 rounds of bonus questions.
Excuse me?
Yeah, because you know you're the expert. So 3 rounds of bonus questions.
Okay.
First bonus, who was she talking to when she said that?
Blanche.
Incorrect. She was speaking to Stan after he showed them the engagement ring he was going to give to his
new wife.
Right. Now, second bonus question. The name of the actor who played Stan.
I don't remember that man's damn name.
Okay. I thought maybe you would have watched like the credits so many times you would have seen it. I
don't
never
nobody
heard
give a
it
fuck
either.
about Stan.
Right? His name is Herbert Edelman.
Never heard of him.
Would have never known. Okay.
May he rest in peace.
So then the third question was the name of the young lady he was going to marry on that episode. Remember? Because Dorothy was so pissed.
I remember the episode. It's called Stan Takes a Wife.
It is called Stan Takes a Wife.
I don't remember her name either. She popped up at the very end, and Dorothy was eating popcorn and was mad.
Okay.
And she sat there and talked to Dorothy for that whole last time because she was like having wedding jitters or some dumb shit because she thought she was marrying the greatest nigga of all time. Joke's on you, bitch. You were marrying Stan. It didn't even last very long. She left him promptly.
Yeah,
afterwards.
It did not take long at all.
I remember what she looks like. I remember the color she was wearing. I do not remember her name. Sandra, Marlene, Kristen, Megan.
Kristen was close. It's Catherine.
Sure.
So maybe those were a little too hard. Maybe I should dial back on the difficulty of the...
Thanks so much, guys, for participating in the last Golden Girls trivia episode that we'll be doing on this.
But you got it right.
I did not get anything right.
You got Sophia right. That was the main part. The main thing, the main objective has always been to guess the person who made the quote.
No.
So you got it. I don't know why you're taking this as an L. I wouldn't.
All right, guys. Welcome back to another episode of The Read.
Woo, yes.
I am Blue's best friend.
And I am Blanca Evangelista.
I should probably find out the name of that child. I feel like I've seen her hanging out with Blue before.
Is that the same little girl that she was next to at the whatever award show that was, and she had like a unicorn purse or something?
I feel like it.
I don't know whose baby that is.
I believe Blue to keep her circle small.
Yeah. I mean, you know, if she's anything like her parents.
Yeah, that might be her cousin.
Could be. You know, it might just be because the little girl did not seem at all pressed to be around Blue Ivy Carter.
No.
So that's how I know.
She's like, girl, get up. Like, you know how
you are doing a lot, Blue. Like, we have all seen it before, sis.
This ain't even the first show you've been to.
You're doing so much right now, sis, with so little. Like, can you not? She didn't seem pressed at all. So I feel like it has to be somebody she has grown up with, known all her life.
Well, guys, welcome back to the show. Let's dive into some Black excellence, not waste any time.
Yes.
It's kind of warm in here.
Here you go.
Black excellence, thanks to so many people who sent this story in. A 23-year-old woman by the name of Lauren Simmons.
Yes, saw this video.
She's the youngest and only full-time female employee at the New York Stock Exchange.
Yeah, she's the only trader on the floor. That's female, period.
Only woman.
Black, white, anything else.
Of any of the things.
That is insane. Why does the Wall Street trading floor look like that? I mean, I know why, but damn. A 23-year-old Black girl, though, go off, sis.
She's an equity trader for Rosenblatt Securities. I'm not even going to pretend to understand or act like I understand
heard of them.
Anything that's happening here. But Lauren says, I'm reading this on CNBC.com. When I tell people what my job is, they are always surprised.
Yes, I can believe it.
It's surreal. She says, okay, so she started at the NYSE in March 2017.
Okay.
And then I guess she had to do the Series 19, which is the exam all floor brokers have to pass in order to earn their badges. She said, I had a month to take this exam. And when I tell you, a lot of people did not think I was going to pass. They really did not think I was going to pass. But joke is motherfucking on them because although Lauren...
My good girl Lauren did not do all that.
Although Lauren looks just like she slayed America's Next Top Model.
She's gorgeous, right? She's so beautiful.
Actually sitting here getting numbers and math and all of the other things I struggle with together because she genuinely enjoys it. So... shout out to her. Shout out to Kennesaw State University, which is where she graduated.
Oh, nice.
Shout out to New York City for having a bad Black queen doing bad Black things.
To be totally honest, I'm not at all sure what a trader does.
I could not guess.
Like, I don't know what.
I'm guessing
just writing things down and telling people to sell or buy. Is that what you do? Or do you do the selling and buying? Are you the person on the other end of the internet? I don't know.
They're numbers.
I don't know. I just don't know.
And she enjoys numbers because they're a universal language, which I feel like most people who stand for
people
math
who love numbers. Right. Everybody
who
loves numbers says that.
Because it's the same in every language. And I can't speak any of it.
That didn't make sense to me when I heard it on Mean Girls, and it don't make sense to me now.
So
I don't understand it on any continent. So you could just keep it away from me. But shout out to that young lady.
We stand for you. Thank you for everybody who sent
young
these
Lauren,
in.
she's only 23.
23
Child, she got out of college and was like, I got a plan, nigga.
I was still so dumb. I'm dumb now, but I was like a hardcore dumbass
okay, at 23, I was a whole ass mess.
I wasn't doing anything right.
No, me either. The only thing I was doing right was working. Everything else was a shit show. God damn. She is so together. Imagine having your shit together that young.
So share this story with some young Black folks around you. And honestly, some white folks, because, hell, y'all could use some inspiration.
Yeah, no, they need it as well.
This week in Hot Tops, the misadventures of an awkward Black bottom.
Also known as Kid Fury's YouTube channel.
Sure.
Yeah, for the most part.
There's a guy named Kyrie Irving. He plays the sports.
Always impressed by your knowledge.
I'm assuming by his by his build.
Okay.
But sometimes basketball players and football players they're kind of built similarly.
I think football players tend to be a bit shorter and wider. Like, they tend to be thicker.
But football players be tall, too.
They definitely, especially compared to regular niggas. But basketball niggas be like 6'8". And you be like, okay, what are you doing with all that? But yeah, there's lots of, but But there are a lot more short niggas in the NFL than short niggas in the NBA.
Yeah,
because
for sure.
short niggas can do a lot more on the football field. Right. And they do tend to have like the broader shoulders and thicker chests and all that. And basketball niggas can, the booty and the thighs and all of that to match. So
calves and
if you like body,
shoulders.
Then. But
what position is that in the football where you got like the big niggas? Which position is it where you need to really be broad? I was going to guess that.
Yes.
Because you're at the back of the line and you have to protect the back of the line. And you have to make sure that the back of you are in the back of the line, and what you're doing in the back of the line is preventing your opponents from crossing the line in the back.
Right. Yes, that is correct.
Because I know that.
Without them guarding that line, what would happen?
I'm going to Google
all kinds of melee.
Finest linebacker. Oh, wait, no. Fuck the NFL.
What a mess.
Damn it. Okay, well, hold on.
Well, I mean, the players are still fine regardless. Like, it's a bunch of niggas working in white supremacy jobs. I'm not mad at the players at all.
Very, very true to
I wonder, has anybody written about this? Finest NFL.
I mean, has to be. At
wow,
least
hottest. So that means white people wrote
right. Because who the fuck?
We don't say hottest.
We just don't.
That's y'all.
It's just not. And that's fine. You can do that.
See, and the first person they got up here is Tom fucking Brady.
This is why I'm putting in finest, because I need somebody who understands what I'm talking about. No motherfucking Tom Brady.
Tom Brady is number fucking one.
Gross.
Oh, Harper's Bazaar. What
Beat it. Is Tom Brady a linebacker?
Oh, wow. And that's another thing. They just gave me football players because, of course not. Tom Brady is a quarterback.
I'm just going to go to Google Images.
Nobody is. Well, see, here's ranking the top linebackers, but that's not by face.
Who is this nigga? Where's the back of his jersey? Where his name is? You can't see the names on the front.
Who are you talking about?
They're not like on the side.
No, you cannot, but the number on the jersey will tell you who that is.
Bitch, don't nobody give a fuck about Sierra's husband. He's married and has 3 kids.
Okay, you're not searching for finest single linebackers. Nobody wrote that.
Yeah,
nobody wrote that article.
What happened to the nigga I was just motherfucking looking at? I gotta upload.
Oh my God.
Ooh,
what happened to Kyrie Irving?
Odell is a wide receiver. Yeah, he is.
Odell Beckham? Is that who you looking at?
Oh, this is the nigga that I think
God. You're so cute.
This is that nigga that Rihanna had posted one time and said he was cute, and then he was trying to
what is that nigga's name?
He was on TV like Michael Kendricks?
Michael Smith?
Michael.
Oh, wait, no. I'm thinking of somebody
Michael
else.
Kendrick.
Oh, Michael Kendrick. I was about to say, how the fuck do you know his last name?
I read the caption.
Oh.
That nigga was
Michael Kendrick.
He was in the locker room after the game like, please call me Rihanna. Anybody who knows her.
No, just a sniff of that had him out of his mind. I believe it.
Demarcus Robinson is cute.
Okay.
Patrick Peterson has a very nice smile. These people. He's a cornerback.
Whoa.
There's a corner in the back?
Demarcus Robinson is cute? Let me click on images because...
Well, this picture is cute. You look cute in that picture. This is InStyle.com.
Okay.
He don't look cute. I mean, you could get rid of the Killmonger hairdo. Speaking of which, shout the fuck out to Vic Mensa. Cut that hair off and went and did some bench presses. Have all of my Chi-Town love. The city of brotherly love is what they call it.
All right.
Manti Te'o. This is the one I was looking at. It wasn't the other dude.
He's been fine for a long time.
I bet you he is the worst.
I think his name is Monty, but I be pronouncing people's names wrong all the time.
And I want his Monty Python.
Okay, friend. Now,
I just have to. I was gonna say, this has been such a long time.
Are you in any mood?
I think so.
You are really Googling these niggas.
So the point is, Kyrie Irving plays basketball.
Does.
For the...
Yes.
Lakers.
No, different coast.
Steelers.
Different sport.
The Knicks.
Further north.
The Nets.
Okay, further north.
The The Maine lobsters.
You're
crabs.
getting warmer. It is the
Raptors.
It is the New England area. No,
the New
further
England
south.
No, Patriots.
So close.
That's different.
So close.
The New England Buzzards.
The team is not called New England.
The Boston.
There we go. We're right there.
Vipers.
Yes. The Boston Vipers.
Okay.
We finally made it. It's about time.
So he plays for the Boston Vipers. And you have covered my MacBook in water. Thanks for that. I'm assuming he does
really
not
thought
play
you were
for
going to
the
let it
Vipers?
go. Nigga, who are the Boston Vipers? You make me so sick.
Oh, I thought I was right.
No, you didn't. It's the fucking Celtics. What the fuck?
That sounds more correct.
Yeah, nigga, what? You are so stupid.
Well, the point is that he plays the sports, and sports actually has nothing to do with this.
Right, I had a feeling it didn't. Damn.
I just wanted to prove to people that I know things.
Okay, well, you kind of did that.
Kyrie Irving once dated a young singer-songwriter named Kehlani. And
did he now? That sounds vaguely familiar.
At one time, Kehlani previously was dating a singer? I don't know what Party Next Door does, but she was dating him.
I thought he was primarily a producer. Like, had just kind of...
I think of him more as a writer.
An artist as
he wrote a lot of great songs for Rihanna and some other people. I don't know if I would call what he does singing, but I do know that I like a lot of his music.
I do too.
So it's not shade.
Yeah, no, it isn't. But it's not really... Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Whatever that is, he does it nicely.
Right,
I'm sure he gets paid.
He's good at it. Yep.
So they were dating, and then she was dating the Kyrie. Something happened with the Kyrie, and Kehlani was made to look as though she was cheating on him with her ex, Partisha, and that was not what was technically taking place.
I remember this now.
The internet gave her all of the grief because niggas love it when a woman fucks up.
Yeah, they do.
And could not hop off the
again.
tip of her clit over it. Unfortunately, that seemed to have a lot to do with whatever she was going through at the time, possibly the breakup from a nigga that she had feelings for, and God only knows what else is going on in the girl's life or was going on in the girl's life at the time.
Right.
Don't know her. But she was in the hospital briefly after that, because it seemed like she had attempted to commit suicide or she was struggling with suicidal thoughts or something like that. This was like 2 years ago.
I remember, yeah.
So it was like a really serious thing, and of course niggas didn't let up or whatever. I remember feeling like, why don't you just mind your business? Like,
or you could just do that. It's right there and it's free.
But did the bitch cheat on you? So it turns out Kehlani did not cheat on anyone. I believe I also remember her saying that at the time.
Okay.
Well, Kyrie posted a very long caption on Instagram with a photo of him and Kehlani together. I don't know if this is recently or if this is when they were dating or what, but first thing he does is tag her. Oh, I don't want to read this whole thing, but I guess I will. I'm sorry. I know this is long overdue. I have to speak on this simply because I owe it to you, and you deserve the world to see you for you and how beautiful you are inside and out. She's definitely fine outside. So
yeah, it's true, it's true.
And not for the attachment to an emotional moment in time where we both had to grow up and learn about our hearts and our souls in a world that judges and adds on fictitious pressure. Work, spelling, and grammar.
Okay. Is it really fictitious pressure, though? I don't think it is. I think they add real pressure to y'all. I would not want to be famous. It looks wretched, but anyway.
Miserable.
So bad.
Les Miserables.
It's so bad.
Side note, and also add that we are public figures now on this social media monster of a platform. I do not want any more negative energy towards her in any way. She did not cheat or intentionally hurt me. She actually did something extremely noble and respectful. But the fact that it's still a lingering narrative is really outdated at this point, and as I'm hearing about what people are doing to try and intentionally hurt her on my behalf is bullshit. The lack of understanding of what we I spoke too soon. The lack of understanding of what we went through has bred a lot of unwarranted things happening, and I want my supporters to really let her be the great soul I know she is wholeheartedly. I'm hearing people are showing up to shows and being disruptive while she performs, and when it starts, of course y'all are. Of course y'all are.
That is so...
Of course y'all are.
Are you really paying her to be disrespectful at her shows? Are y'all really doing that?
Of course y'all are.
God damn.
Totes, of course.
How bored are you?
And when it starts affecting real life progress, the shit has to stop. I'm responsible as a leader to guide the young males who follow me in a positive way, and this is long overdue. We can only try our hardest to be great humans, and the fact that I can love her for how beautiful she is, a privilege in its own right.
Okay.
I'm grateful.
Yep, love it.
I want to see her. I just was trying to make sure it's not my dyslexia and like...
Yeah, no, I get it.
I want to see her and all individuals be who they truthfully are, unapologetically. Hashtag we are not dating. Hashtag besties. Hashtag been besties. Hashtag never stops, never well.
Besties.
BFs.
Okay, sure.
Yeah, so basically, in a nutshell, this was a long apology and Kyrie urging for niggas to leave Kehlani alone because she didn't do shit to him, much less y'all, and you're doing the most 2 years later.
So I kind of feel three different things, which is one, can't believe you niggas are really still reacting like this to this girl after all this. I mean, like, there are so many things that we could be using our energy on. All you have to do is watch the news for 30 minutes and you can find 5 different causes that you could be spending this energy on to fight. I can't fathom how y'all are spending money, giving her money to go to her shows and then being disruptive at her show. Like, that is blowing my mind. What the fuck is y'all's issues? Secondly, I am glad to see that he is putting out this long-ass apology and that it seems sincere.
Yes.
But third, why didn't you do this 2 years ago?
That's just...
Why did it have to get to this point of niggas going... Like, why did it have to get worse and worse over time for you to finally come out and be like, hey, stop talking crazy about this woman? Like, you knew all of this 2 years ago. So why you didn't just say it then?
I guess he's over whatever he was mad at the time.
Niggas. See how niggas will let you get abused on the internet? Because I'm sure these people are not adding her and saying, you're not a child of God. Like, I'm sure it's nothing innocent and sweet like that. It's terrible things, probably telling her she should have killed herself or whatever else, because y'all do the most online.
The most.
So I'm sure they are tagging her and saying the worst things about her.
And this ain't gonna change that.
So I feel like for a lot of them, it should or will.
Hopefully. I'm assuming at least Kyrie Irving stands.
Right, at least because him saying it himself is like, now if you go against him in the stands mind, you like disrespecting
your God.
The leader. Right. You're just not allowed to go against this person that you worship, what they say. So I'm hoping that it cuts down on a lot of that for her, but I also feel like niggas should have been said it. Like, yes, it's great that you said it.
Yeah.
But why did you wait so long? It doesn't make sense. You were fine with people saying dreadful things about her up until the point of them coming to the show and doing it in person? Really? It took all that? Whoa, God damn. And you know what? I'm sure he is getting praised for this. I'm sure people are like, Kyrie Irving, oh my God. He's just so mature and so sweet. Like, the bar is on the floor for these niggas. God damn.
Where to go next? Kathy Griffin.
Oh, really? We have white news this week?
Follow me.
Okay.
Kathy Griffin is currently on tour, and I guess this is her whole, hey, America, don't forget about me. It's only Trump thing.
Oh, yeah.
She famously did a photo shoot. I don't remember if she was promoting a tour or a book or something.
Something of hers, yeah.
But she took a photo with like a fake severed head, like a Trump head that was all bloodied and gross looking. And, you know, white people really on both parties were just like, oh my goodness, Chris, you just don't, he's still the president.
White people and they fucking feelings, man. I could not believe liberal white people were condemning her for that.
Pissed.
I could not believe it. Like, really, girl? Are we looking at this asshole in office though? Like, are we all paying attention right now? Like, let Kathy Griffin have her little crazy moment with like a Trump head. Who the fuck has time to be mad at her for that when this nigga is in office doing real things in real time?
I've actually been a fan of Kathy Griffin's because I thought that she was funny, and I really admired the fact that she would talk about celebrities and other like industry shit in her shows, on that reality show that was on Bravo, I think.
The D-List one?
Yeah.
My Life on the D-List?
I'm pretty sure that was on Bravo.
I think that's what it's called.
Yeah. I just thought she was funny. I think now that I'm realizing that Kathy Griffin is just another one of these white women who white women.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah, it's a thing about like white comics because they almost all tend to be like either lesbians who are just like you naturally assume are liberal, or white women who are like super liberal and making a bunch of jokes about like reclaiming their pussies and all that. You know, it's like you don't expect white woman shenanigans out of white comics. Or, well, maybe I don't. Maybe that's where I have fallen short. But I expect white women in comedy to get it in a way that other white women don't. And they don't always, so.
So the tour is called Laugh Your Head Off. And
oh my God.
Obviously, you know, you could probably guess.
Is she bringing the head? Can people take pictures with it?
I wish. I doubt it.
Oh, damn. That would be lit.
I would have bought him.
Right, I would go. Shit.
So at some point during an interview, she says, I do feel like this is such an anxiety-ridden time for everyone that there is a thirst for all kinds of comedy. And look, if you want to not hear about Trump at all, go see Kevin Hart. He doesn't even mention Trump. I personally think that's a pussy move because he's a black man.
What?
But I guess he's selling more tickets than I ever will.
Wait a minute.
She said this.
I feel like I just said nice words about a white woman and now I have to take them back.
I mean, do what you got to do.
What the fuck? Okay, see, and that's another thing. Don't put me in a position to defend Kevin Hart, girl. That is rude. How dare you? Okay, so correct me if I'm wrong. When has Kevin Hart ever been about politics?
Like, I can't think of...
I've seen a few specials. I've seen 2 specials and every movie.
Every movie?
I think I've seen every Kevin Hart movie. I think I have. I mean,
really? You saw The Wedding Singer?
Okay,
or Crasher?
Wait, no.
The Wedding.
I did not see the one where he was like trying to train the white man for prison or whatever. Okay, you know what? No, there's a few I've missed.
Yeah,
you're right. Anyway, point is, feel like I'm fairly familiar with Kevin Hart's work, and I've never heard him do anything remotely political.
I cannot think of any times where he has. I'm not going to say he hasn't because I don't know the span of his comedy and work and stuff, but yeah, no.
Like, this would have made more sense directed towards Chris Rock than Kevin Hart. It just doesn't, or even...
We can name a few black comics.
Like, honestly. Right. I just don't understand why, like, why Kevin? What is the point of that?
Because Kevin is like the first black comic I think a lot of white people think of.
Oh, Jesus.
Maybe not Kathy Griffin specifically, but like, yeah.
I mean, she's older to where I would think she would be thinking of people closer to her age and like peer level, but maybe not. So this is...
The thing is, first of all, I've said this before. I don't like need most celebrities, if any, to talk about... political things.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm a big fan of people staying in their lane and you knowing where your lane is and not venturing too far outside of it when you know you don't know what you're talking about.
Point blank.
Kevin Hart's lane has never gone down a political... I've never seen it. I just haven't.
And plus, Kevin Hart has a very, very mixed audience. White people love Kevin Hart. And he probably knows full well, let me not even go nowhere near that because I don't want to have to deal with none of that bullshit and, you know, fucking up my bag or nothing. I'm just going to tell jokes about my family and women. Being short.
Black
and whatever.
Right.
And that's it.
Kevin
And that's
Hart's
fine.
Right. Because I actually do, for the most part, enjoy Kevin Hart.
I really like his stand-up.
Okay.
And I have enjoyed Kevin Hart movies before. I like Kevin Hart as a comic. I do. And I'm never going to be mad at that work ethic. It's just, it's insane.
He's always in something. I don't know what I last saw him in, but it was something with Tiffany Haddish. And it was like they were using her Groupons, and so she got like an ultrasound. They had like an ultrasound on Groupon. It was so funny.
Wait, I know what you're talking about.
I was gonna say, I don't know whose show it is, but I definitely saw it online, and I was just like, "This is."
Oh, I think that's on his Laugh Out Loud app.
Oh yeah. That's what it is. It's his Laugh Out Loud thing.
Yeah.
So
but they're doing a movie together called Night School, which looks hilarious.
I'm very much
Sidebar.
respecting the hustle. Yes.
Tiffany Haddish is also in a movie coming out called Nobody's Fool.
That's right.
Shout out to Amber Riley.
That's right, Amber.
I texted her and I was like, so you got me going to see a Tyler Perry movie? That's cute.
I knew when she posted on Instagram about being at his studios like a month or two ago, I was like, you know what? I'm happy for my girl.
I missed that.
I'm happy for my girl. So I was just waiting on this.
Written, directed, produced, and I was like, really? Because I thought the trailer was funny.
I mean, because the thing is, it's Amber fucking Riley. I'm going. Period.
Plus, I really love Tika Sumter and Tiffany Haddish. So I'm going to see that movie.
Yeah, anyways, no, I'm going.
So yes, I just feel like everything that you just said.
Okay.
Also, Trump jokes and stand-up. It's complicated. It's a very slippery slope, and it's almost pointless because Trump does something stupid literally every day, something new.
Yeah.
So often.
Something you could crack a joke about.
When I went on tour, and I was doing Trump jokes at the time, and I learned very, very quickly how stale they get, like very fast. Because like, okay, we're talking about, the collusion in Russia and this, and then like, by the very next show, it's like, nobody's talking about that bullshit. Did you hear what you did this morning? So that's already kind of complicated. And I think that I'm noticing more comics who do talk about his administration are kind of making more like broad comments and having more of a conversation about people and society and how he has affected American society versus just telling jokes about Trump.
Right.
So,
okay.
I mean, there's that.
I get it, because if you pick any one specific incident, it's only going to be relevant for a max of 3 or 4 days.
You remember when Tyrese first had that meltdown with The Rock and all of that stuff, and it was literally like a new thing every time we came to the studio?
Every single week.
It's like that, but the president and worse and white and every day.
Right. Damn, it's true.
But for years. And you have to pay attention because it affects all of us.
Right. Like, anyway, we'll talk about it later.
So that, and lastly, I do not care for white people trying to tell niggas what the fuck to do for niggers.
Well, that honestly, that could have went first.
It should have, but I saved my sweet spot for last.
White women have no place telling black people how to make money in America.
You feel like it's a pussy move, sis?
I feel like I stay working, bitch. That's what I feel like. I feel like I'm getting paid. Mind your fucking business. White women have a lot of nerve. Like, what? In the same way that black men have a lot of nerve. It's just like, y'all are honestly twin souls. I see why y'all end up together so much, because y'all are just on the same wavelength in so many ways.
I don't think that the world was ready for that truth.
Well, I mean, but it is the way it is. And like, a white woman having the audacity to tell a black person, like, I know it was a million times harder for you in some ways to even end up where you are. And the fact that your name, flows off the tongue so freely means it's only so many of you. Like, it's only so many black comics that they can name at a Kevin Hart level. So, like, how dare you, who have had your own set of obstacles in life, so that's the thing. Like, you should know because you're a woman in a very male-centric industry. So a man telling you what kind of jokes you should or shouldn't do, you would be like, suck my dick. You don't know nothing about, what I've had to do to get here. So, like, bitch, what are you doing?
It's just so typical. Like, I'm drowning because I fucked up. Let me find the nearest black person I can think of to drag down with me.
You couldn't name no white comedians who are out here not doing enough. Like, why did it have to be?
You can name like a gay comic or another woman that doesn't talk about Trump, or like any of the other types of people.
Although again, I feel like most of the white female comics are like lesbians, so they always talking about Trump. You might have had to pick a man.
Most white.
Because let me tell you something. I follow Rosie O'Donnell on Twitter, and 98% of her tweets are about getting Trump the fuck out of office.
Well, they have like a history of beef.
Yeah, right. No, like, and for Rosie, her, it's personal.
Rosie will be the one to do it.
But, like, it's all she could talk about. So she may have had to find a man to direct that too. But, like, let it be a white one. Why Kevin Hart? Girl, ugh. White girl bullshit.
Speaking of Tiffany Haddish, she recently had an interview that was a very fun read with a Hollywood Reporter. In it, she spoke about something we talked about. I don't know if that episode aired. I don't know if it was the Oakland show or not. But we talked about that interview that Tracy Morgan did where they asked him about how it was to work with Tiffany Haddish. And he,
I think that was a Canada show. Toronto,
okay.
Yeah.
So if you don't know, Tracy Morgan was being interviewed recently about The Last OG. Tiffany Haddish is his co-star in that show on TBS. And when asked about how it was to work with her, he like immediately went off. He was like, "We're not here to do that, and that's not what this is about. If you're gonna do that, then you need to ask how the craft services is and everybody else, because this is about Tracy and Tiffany and everybody. We all like he let them two white queens have it
Right.
in that seat,
Right.
Lil Rel was one of the first like comics or celebrities who spoke about it and called him a hater and said that the show would be nothing without Tiffany, who they obviously have a great relationship together and have worked together on the Carmichael show.
And they're in that basketball movie together too. She's in that basketball movie. The Tiffany Haddish is another one been working.
Oh, Tiffany Haddish is in everything now.
Right.
What basketball movie?
What is it called? Oh, hell. See, no.
It came out already or is it coming out?
I think it... Hell, you know what? I think it's coming out.
I've seen like at least 3 trailers with Tiffany Haddish in it in the past like month.
Yeah, and God damn it, what is it called? Uncle Drew.
Oh!
Yes, no, it's not out yet. It's coming out next week.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Tiffany is. Yeah, that's the one. Yep, Uncle Drew.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Okay, so yeah, she's in that too. So they definitely have a good relationship with each other.
And as you said at the show, it's good to see a cis black, seemingly cis black straight man.
Right, what he appears to
defend a black woman
publicly.
In the public.
Yeah. And at the expense of another black man.
Right.
Which is just like, you never see this type
like,
of shit. This
what?
is amazing.
Let's
I was just
stay
like, what?
outside in case
Screenshot these tweets.
Raining my hair.
God damn.
So when asked about this in the Hollywood Report, she says, he's probably just tired of hearing my name. It's exhausted. I'm tired of hearing my name, which is kind of like a slight, right?
Bitch. Okay.
Like, everyone is talking about
my name is a verb, girl. I'm just exhausted.
Have you not heard about the Haddish? I could see how that could be irritating. Like, hello, I died, people. I'm back from the dead. Tiffany's cool, but it's me sitting here now, so I get it. I'm not mad about it. I love me some Tracy.
I think that's very real.
That's very real, very classy, and just gives us even more reason to like you.
It's the most honest answer because it's like if it were me in that situation, I would be like, you know what? I get being tired of hearing my name and like having people bring me up all the time. Like I do get that, and I think this was a funny and cute way for her to address it and have people end it and not just be like arguing back and forth. But I did say at the Toronto show, and I do still feel that like Tracy Morgan, yeah, he did have that really terrible accident and he's back and all that. And, I'm sure he would rather talk maybe about his life than somebody else's. But Tiffany Haddish is new. She's popping. Like, she's in everything, like we just said. So I would also kind of expect that you would be, like, not totally averse to answering a question about her.
I mean, if you're constantly being asked,
right, that might have been, the end of a day at the end of a week where you had been asked about Tiffany all day, every day. Like,
and when you're doing promo for shows and stuff like that, you're
answering the same question over and over again anyway, right? And you have to sound not tired about it every time you do it.
But I still kind of feel like I was a little disappointed in the energy. Like, I feel like he could have said the same thing or expressed himself like in meaning the same thing without it being like that, just like aggressive energy. Because it almost came across as like, fuck Tiffany Haddish, bitch, I don't want to hear about Tiffany motherfucking Haddish. I feel like it could have been said better.
Had he said, you know what, man, I love Tiffany, but I am not here to talk about Tiffany's ass, or whatever. Like something where you didn't sound so aggressive and like mad about it. Like maybe even just, your tone would have changed the way this went. But all things considered, I think this ended very well. And I'm still proud of Lil Rel for being like, nah, fuck that. I'm going to say something. Like, regardless. So, yay.
In the same interview, Tiffany also basically confirms that it was indeed Sanaa Lathan who bit the queen.
If I did it, it would have been a love bite. Okay, OJ.
Right.
Girl.
She says, I'm super good friends with her stepmom and her dad. That's Sanaa Lathan's people. And they were mad at me. They were like, why would you do this to the family? Black actors, you guys have to stick together.
I knew it was a sorority.
It's so hard for you guys to get work as it is. Why would you try to ruin her career? But I didn't try to ruin her career. I never said her name. I was just trying to say how Beyonce kept me from going to jail that night. I could have just shot my whole career down. She said the other day someone was like, oh my God, you should keep your mouth shut because now you're never going to be invited to parties. But I got invited to way more parties after that. It's ridiculous how many parties. Can you come to my party? Can you come to my thing? They want me to talk about something at their thing because they think like this is going to put me back on if Tiffany says something.
Wow. Damn. And that's true.
I mean,
I'm glad she's up on game. I bet Beyonce told her that. I bet Beyonce was like, see, now all these little invitations you getting and all that bullshit, girl, please. They just trying to have their name mentioned because they see it means something coming from you. She probably did tell her that shit. But she ain't never going to tell us that because she signed that damn NDA now.
That's right.
And she knows better. That's right,
it's
Tiffany.
Never happening again.
I cannot believe Sanaa's parents reacted like that. Like, why are you trying to ruin her life? Like, wait. By saying she bit Beyonce?
Like,
what? Is it that? Okay, but really, is it that serious? Maybe niggas are taking it that seriously in Hollywood.
I mean, I'm interested in seeing how whenever Sanaa Lathan is promoting another big movie or something, how
somebody black is going to ask her about it. I really think they will.
I mean, people have done far less to Beyonce aside from biting her.
She was be like, I made my statement on Twitter. I said, if I would have did it.
Stand by it.
It was a love bite. You have to understand I was right next to Beyonce.
I mean, can she even go to the concert?
She smells like butter and cinnamon. I couldn't help myself, right?
She probably smells
She's like a breathing honey bun. What am I supposed to do?
Like a fresh bowl of Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Bite her.
Dumbass.
She go Snapchat or Instagram herself at Beyonce. Please, she's definitely going.
So, speaking of magazine interviews, Nicki Minaj is on the cover of Elle magazine. I believe that she was photographed by Karl Lagerfeld.
Oh, God.
That was an exciting moment for her.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So...
I mean, that is definitely, like, legendary. Or
yeah,
Karl
totally.
Lagerfeld is a big deal.
Took your fucking pictures.
In white people world. Yeah, I get it.
Okay, so she's talking about her new album. She's promoting the new album. I believe it comes out in August. And in the process, she says, I love being sexy. I'm never going to stop being an exhibitionist. But it too has had consequences she didn't anticipate. Okay. She says,
okay,
it being okay, it is... What? One of the messages on the new album, she says, is it being okay to keep your legs closed.
That's one of the messages on her new album?
I'm just reading Elle.com.
Is that supposed to be reflected in these singles?
We'll get to that.
Okay.
I don't really know how to say that without being offensive. She says, maybe I was naive, but I didn't realize how many girls were modern-day prostitutes. Whether you're a stripper or whether you're an Instagram girl, these girls are so beautiful and they have so much to offer. But I started finding out that you give them a couple $1,000s and you can have sex with them. I was like, yikes. It's just sad that It's just sad that they don't know their worth. It makes me sad as a woman.
Oh
and it makes me sad that I've contributed to that in some way. I've always felt like that.
What?
They ask, are you reckoning with that now more than you have in the past?
Okay.
She says, I've always felt like that, but in a lot of ways, I don't know if I'm doing the same thing they're doing because I'm selling sex appeal. So I can't look down on these girls. I may not be having sex with people, but I'm still selling sex appeal. They say, well, sex and sex appeal aren't the same thing. She says, that's true, but I just don't know if girls who look up to me think that when I'm posting a sexy picture, I'm actually the antithesis of all that. I'm more of like, this isn't funny, like the snobby girl, like the what type of girl. And I want girls to be like that. I'd rather you be called snobby or a bitch or conceited. I'd rather you be called that than easy and a hoe and a slut. So.
There's so much wrong here. There's a lot.
It gets worse.
I'm sorry.
So, someone by the name of Jerome Trammell on Twitter tweeted the following.
Is this okay? I think this. So that was the backstory to her getting into it with that person on Twitter. Yeah. Okay, this I have heard about.
She says, "Dear Nicki Minaj." Oh, he says, "Dear Nicki Minaj, your lyrics are hypocritical." Boots. You went over to Elle magazine. Wait.
Did he say
rain
boots?
Boots? No, I did.
Oh, damn.
You went over to Elle magazine to slut shame certain types of women because that wasn't your route, allegedly. People need to stop trying to dictate and police women and their bodies. If you can't help, don't hurt. And he adds her and also uses photos of like her lyrics, some of them that are kind of contradicting what she was saying and so on and so forth.
Yeah, because I was going to say, it doesn't take like... That's pretty much every Nicki verse that is contradicting what she's saying here. Like, it's more than just you've put out a few songs. It is your brand. It is your image. Your name is Minaj. What?
She responded to this tweet and says, "Suck my dick, asshole."
Oh.
Had you read the article, I was critiquing myself more than anything. What I said was, I hope my overt sexual lyrics and photos don't make my fans think that I'm telling them to be promiscuous and to know their worth. Lyrics, photos, and fucking are all three diff things. A woman can be a freak with her man, sexual, spit explicit lyrics, and exhibitionist, love freaky talk with her girlfriends, require men to treat her like a queen, etc. None of that equates to selling pussy. Now pop my dick out your mouth. The Nicki train has left the building. And she's tweeted him something about that new song being #1 and some other shit that doesn't matter. And then...
Oh, God.
One of the Barbs tweets her and says, "Can I go beat him up?" To which she retweets and says, "Yes, Barbs, go beat that nigga like he stole something."
That's what I saw that had me like, so you literally invited a lawsuit. Why would you say something like that? You encouraged people to go inflict violence on somebody for expressing an opinion that you didn't like?
So...
Oh, she lost it.
I have a couple of places I want to stop on this journey.
Okay.
First off for me is going to be just like this sort of talk on sex work. Like, I personally believe that sex work is the business of the people who are working and their clients.
True.
I don't personally have an issue with it. I don't look down on people who have sex for money or gifts or whatever the fuck else. Mm-hmm. I mean, I was raised in Miami. I listen to Trina. Like, it's never been like a thing to me. Mm-hmm. I remember one time on the show, I said this before, like, I didn't see anything wrong with sex work. And I saw a comment from somebody saying, like, how Fury gonna say there's nothing wrong with sex work? It's literally a crime. And I remember being like, bitch, so is smoking weed. You don't got a problem with us talking about that shit on here every motherfucking day. Shit. Girl, it's a crime to walk across the street in New York City when you're not on a crosswalk.
And yet millions of people break the law every day.
Not to mention all of the black people who have lost their lives in this country for doing nothing. Like, I don't hear nothing about no motherfucking crime.
I don't care about these white men laws. The same laws they used to use to keep us enslaved. That's the respect you want me to show?
Like,
nah, y'all fucking crazy.
So many things globally are considered crimes when they really should just be left to people minding their own motherfucking business. That's that to me. Like, I'm not going to pass judgment on somebody who is exchanging sex for whatever when plenty of y'all are out here fucking the same niggas just as much, just as often, and you're not getting anything but heartbreak out of it. Or annoyances, or text messages in the middle of the motherfucking night that you shouldn't be answering. Staying up all night,
you know what I'm saying? Blood pressure high, worried about some nigga.
So I just don't even understand, like, where many people are getting off. But that's my personal opinion. I'm not saying, oh, you know, the girls should be out at high school and colleges during the job fair recruiting. I'm just saying, like, girl, your business is your business. And it's like...
Right.
That's that. That's how I feel about that.
Okay.
Right. But just moving forward, past like my own personal opinion on sex work, what like is grappling me here is the messenger. Like,
I'm stunned. I'm still working with it.
Let's talk about, aside from like imagery and her being this self-proclaimed exhibitionist, let's talk about like lyrics.
Okay.
And we don't have to go back to debut album mixtapes or anything. Let's talk about the single that you just put out
we can
a few weeks ago. Maybe 2. Maybe 3.
Yeah.
Rich Sex featuring Lil Wayne. Could stop there. But why? Let's
Because the irony in this is just
verse 1. Okay. She says, I like money more. This isn't how it starts, but it says, I like money more than dick. Nigga, that's a fact. You think pussy's everything? Well, let's have a chat. Ass out, pussy fat, point me to a rich nigga who gon' Rico ace me, pay in full my money, Mitch nigga. Which I really enjoyed that line because Pay in Full is one of my favorite movies and I thought that was creative.
That is creative.
I'ma help him fuck the checkup. I'ma run the business. If your girl don't get it poppin', put me on your wish list. Hit list. Now he's sending gifts like it's Christmas. Girl.
What does this sound like?
Let's fast forward to the hook. If you know your pussy's worth a Benz truck, Rich Sex. Don't let homie fuck unless his band's up, Rich Sex.
It sounds...
Go to DR, get that fat transfer? So first of all, transfer doesn't rhyme with those other things. But past that, I mean, you can kind of make it. You got an accent and stuff.
Yeah.
But like, what? Like...
Yeah, there's a lot of girls doing that, going to the DR to get surgeries and stuff for cheaper. So
is this like
But you're literally encouraging them to have sex with rich niggas in order to get goods and services, like, which is the prostitution that you claim to be so against.
It ain't such a thing as broke and handsome. If you let that broke nigga fuck, we tellin', repeated 3 times after that.
Right.
So my thing is, let's go back to this L.
I was really
interview.
conflicted about that song.
I like it better than Chun-Li.
Well,
or did before it became ridiculous.
Saying a lot. Anyway,
it isn't.
Let's go back.
It's not.
Let's go back.
Because Chun-Li still ain't a bad guy. I've still never played a Street Fighter with dark Chun-Li.
It's
never happened. Either way, yikes. It's just sad that they don't know their worth. If you know your pussy's worth a Benz truck. So I just feel like, all right. If I know that my pussy is worth a Benz truck, Nikki.
Okay.
Why can't I have the Benz truck? Like, that's my worth. I know that you just told. What? What is happening here?
No, they don't make sense.
You're not explicitly saying on this song, have sex for money, be a sex worker, hit the block. You're not saying that explicitly, right? But what you are saying is, I'm not fucking a nigga who isn't A, rich, and B, willing to share said riches. Like,
right.
What the fuck is the point?
What do you think is so different? That's what I don't understand. Like, what are you doing here? Is it not all sex work?
What is the point of talking about fucking rich niggas if you are not either going to get some of his riches or experiences used by his riches?
And you don't even keep that, like, ambiguous. Like, ambiguous. It's not fuzzy. It's all throughout.
Point me to a rich nigga who gon' Rico ace me, pay in full my money. Girl, the song is about fucking rich niggas and getting rich things. What is happening?
You're looking down on girls for... That's another thing. Like, what primarily bothers me about this is that Nicki sounds like somebody who has been wealthy for way too long and has forgotten what shit is really like out here. Because I understand, like, that L interview that you quoted, that's what, like, had me fucked up.
Okay.
Because I could not believe that she was talking like this to girls who, like, I mean, so she said, you know, these are the Instagram models and these beautiful girls, and all it takes is a couple grand to get them to fuck. Like, okay, maybe you don't remember what it was like to be broke, but if you are super fine and can meet a super rich nigga on Instagram and get your rent and then some paid for fucking him, a lot of these girls are going to do it because niggas are not making that kind of money, Nicki Minaj. $2,000 sounds like pennies to you. But that's because you don't know that the average household is out here living off of like $53,000.
Hello.
So $2,000 in one night to fuck somebody who you probably think is fine as hell anyway. It's like, girl, what? Like, you have to be really like looking at shit in a classist way and like not able to identify with the regular, average, everyday person in order to say some shit like that. And what you doing is like looking down on them for making the choice to have sex for money. But like, bitch, maybe you just don't know what it's like to be in the position to need money like that. Like, it just felt really judgmental and like that, like at its heart, like really slut shaming in its message. Like, y'all are worse than I am because y'all do it for this reason.
So, a couple more things. Like, because I just feel so many things
I just
about this.
I just could not believe that was coming from Nicki Minaj.
Who is in pasties on the cover of her album right now.
Minaj.
Like...
Cannot. Like, that's the thing about Nicki Minaj is if you don't know nothing else about her, you know sex appeal. 100%.
Her ass is literally always out.
Always. And you know that if you have ever heard her songs, she's talking about fucking these niggas and how good her pussy is and how rich she is and how much better she is than everybody else and pussy fucking pussy money. Like, it's every song. So how?
And it's still, okay, so.
Y'all are blowing my mind.
I personally think that outside of like classism, I think that she was around a whole bunch of white people and Karl Lagerfeld and everybody at Elle magazine. And she wanted to, be Saint Nicholas and that's Santa Claus. She wanted to be, you know what I'm saying? Thank you. Perfect. And like, be like, oh, yes, I'm very sexy and I love being sexy, but, I'm not a whore and I don't want for your children to be whores either. I refuse to believe that Nicki Minaj has never slept with a nigga because he had nice things. Even if she didn't want those things, I refuse to believe that Nicki has never dated or wanted to date or slept with a nigga because he was balling. Maybe you are not like, I'm giving you some pussy, so give me some money, but like, many of these girls are out here like, I want to date a baller.
Right.
So I'm like, and if you have not.
There's nothing wrong with wanting to be with somebody financially secure. There's nothing wrong with that.
Even if you have not, you damn sure have friends that are doing it today. Sistren. So, like, I'm just lost.
I don't see
here.
where she found the nerve to make this statement. I really don't. And to make it seem like, oh, well, I'm really just criticizing myself. There's a way to criticize yourself for your lyrics without throwing girls who make choices that you don't like under the bus. So you cannot be surprised that people came away with a slut-shaming ass message when that's what you said. And then to turn around and tell your crazy ass stans that they can attack this nigga. Oh, I know he's found a lawsuit.
I hope he does.
He has to be. She's out of her fucking mind. What?
Because these little kids actually will run up and get done.
Right. Like, that's not something, like, I would not play about that because as you can see, if they paying money to go to Kalani's shows and harass her live, then somebody is definitely dumb enough to do something stupid if they recognize you in the street. So I hope he gets a nice check from that because that is insane. Especially, well, no, you know what? Never mind. Let me not even say that. But just...
This is just a dickhead.
I'm walking away from this still dumbfounded that Nicki Minaj found the audacity to say this.
Nicki Minaj.
It doesn't make sense. Like, the whole thing about her is, like, it's all sex.
Nicki Minaj.
Everything about you is sex. How could you... I wish she had taken out the whole part about... These girls are out here fucking for a couple thousand and I want you to know what your pussy is worth. And like, I wish she had taken all that out and just said, in hindsight, I don't really know why I sold sex so much. I'm starting to feel like, it's not really the image I want to project to my fans anymore. I'm feeling a little bit more conscious about it. So I'm going to be making moves in the future to kind of like clean up the image a little bit and go in a different direction, mature with my music.
But she has no intention on cleaning up her
message. She does not because she's releasing singles that are talking about fucking rich niggas.
And she also clearly says in their interview that she's always going to be that way because she likes being an exhibitionist and being sexy.
So then shut the fuck up about other sex workers.
It's like, it's like you could have said essentially what you're allegedly trying to say about how you want to come off to your fans or how you want to inspire your fans, and left sex workers alone at the same time.
You really could have.
It wouldn't
You could
even
have
have
left
been
all
hard.
that out. Right. You could have left out all that shit about Instagram girls and only fucking for a couple thousand. Like, you could have left all that out and made the point about, thinking twice about your lyrics, but you would actually have to follow that up with thinking twice about your lyrics. Like, that's the other thing. You said all this, but your current music does not reflect your current interview. How
Maybe
does that work?
save that message for like the next album.
Save it for when you start wearing frocks and, you go natural and everything you take out the implants and everything. You save it for that.
Like, what?
It feels premature.
And also, have you seen the playing field of niggas out here? Like, if you're going to ruin my life after you give me some dick, the least that you could also do is pay this rent for a couple of months.
Like,
I just don't see the problem. I don't.
That's what I'm saying. She's been rich for too long, because only somebody who has been rich for a long time would say something that is that unrelatable. What the fuck? $2,000 for the average person, girl, to have sex with somebody you probably already want to have sex with anyway? Girl, she is just...
Speaking of niggas.
Yeah, that's enough of that.
T.I. posted this on Instagram.
Oh, God.
Just under a week ago. Not entirely sure what inspired it.
How is this week this bad?
It blows.
And we still haven't talked about the album.
We're getting there. I wanted to save it
so
for
long. No. Let's get through the garbage.
So T.I. posted a recapture, whatever. It looks like somebody's Insta story, and it says "Why Men Don't Marry" with the shrugging nigga emoji, which is one of my favorite emojis, and it's just so funny in the context. Me too.
I use it a lot.
So it says 2. I'm guessing this is a part of some Hotep-ass list, but number 2 is what we're focusing on here with Cliff.
All right.
It says, because there's nothing in it for them. Marriage, that is.
Oh.
What exactly...
That's not what the studies say.
What exactly does marriage offer men today? Men know there's a good chance they'll lose their friends, their respect, their space, their sex life, their money, and if it all goes wrong, their family, says Helen Smith, Ph.D., author of Men on Strike.
What?
So she sounds like...
So she said that. T.I. didn't say that.
No, he reposted it. I'll get to the dumb shit he said.
Okay, got it.
It says, still her, they don't want to enter into a legal contract with someone who could effectively take half their savings, pension, and property when the honeymoon period is over. Men aren't wimping out by staying unmarried or being commitment phobes. They're being smart. Unlike women, men lose all their power after they say, I do.
What?
Their masculinity dies too.
Oh, this bitch definitely has been drinking from the Hotep waters. She is one of them. God damn.
Or maybe she did something really great in the process of getting her PhD, and they're like, nah, we can't have a powerful bitch out here doing too much. And then got rid of her and then replaced her with a robot.
If she's black, then they probably did do that. So that's also believable. Every bit of that is wrong. Factually incorrect. It's like every word should be reversed. God, that's really bad.
So Trouble Man said the following.
So many studies that show married men live longer because they have a woman around to make sure they do basic things to keep themselves alive.
He says, I thought I'd share, and mind you, I didn't write this. A woman did. I knew niggas would get a glee out of that.
Don't say that.
And it's in all caps. That part is in all caps.
He wanted to make sure y'all saw that.
But I do agree to a degree. I've heard it and seen this a million times over. Note to women, happiness needs no validation. The ego does. Most women out there nowadays just want to be married to impress their friends, family, his side pieces, and fit into society's standards. The sad part is there really be women out here trying to impress side pieces. Like their nigga side pieces, but that doesn't mean he has a point.
Self-esteem is at an all-time low. Because I just wish I would.
Bitch,
please.
Wish. I want to meet the version of me that does that. Take me to the alternate reality where that nigga
things
exists.
Can't ever get that leak.
Just
I'm not even doing that behind
never.
no nigga, much less the nigga's side bitch. Woo!
And fit into society standards. That's not love. That's how you end up stuck with someone you thought you wanted. No matter what, whatever you do what you do to make you happy. The end.
Okay, so he might as well just said, sign a nigga that's never gonna stop cheating.
Basically.
Because that's what he's saying.
Tiny followed that by posting a clip from one of Snoop Dogg's Breakfast Club interviews, which I'm not going to play, but essentially what he says in the interview, he's talking about how important women and marriage is to, like, keeping a nigga's head on straight out in these streets, like, and keeping your household home. It was kind of like really great to hear until the part where he was like, every nigga I know who's like married to a good woman, he's got his head on straight and he's thinking right. When you married the hoes, you just like, I was like, okay.
Oh my God.
Well,
okay. Well, why are we doing that? And secondly, I bet those women are doing a lot to keep them niggas' heads on straight. That's a lot of fucking effort and energy that probably does not get reciprocated or appropriately appreciated.
And let's talk about the niggas on both sides being hoes anyway.
Right.
So
either way you slice it, you niggas are hoes. So this is
Major Girl left a caption under it. It says, crown the king who knows that his queen is the most important piece on the board. Hashtag chestnut checkers. Hashtag checkmate. So they're really like playing in life games with each other. I don't know.
But
the like
Tiny.
Following day,
this isn't over. Okay.
someone posted a photo on their, maybe this is Snapchat, I don't know which of the apps it is, but that's not important. But it's apparently T.I. backstage at a show in Indiana. He's wearing a very nice hoodie. It looks like it might be an off-white hoodie. And a light-skinned girl walks over to her, kind of looking like Brave from that group, Rich Girl. And I don't know why I just said that to you like you knew what the fuck I was talking about.
No, I'm definitely Googling it.
But as she goes to sit next to him, he smacks her on the butt, and then she's sort of sitting down, and he's got his hand, like, around her waist, and they're just canoodling,
of course
as the tabloids say. They were canoodling. The thing that was funny about this to me was when I saw this on the Shade Room. You know how Instagram puts like the top comments at the top now and stuff? So the verified and celebrity niggas be the top ones on them things. And so like I saw so many comments from niggas who are like, that's not T.I., that's not even T.I., that's not even T.I. And almost every single one of them were male celebrities that are friends with T.I. It was the funniest shit
I see.
ever seen. It was like a long list of niggas saying that's not T.I. And then Jess is hilarious was like, that is definitely T.I. Like, cracking up. So
what a mess.
That happened.
I can't do the Shade Room. It's too intense.
It is so real on there.
I cannot do the Shade Room.
Like, I can look at like the headlines and read the whatever the story is, but I rarely get into the comments because it is just a reflection of a lot of the most disappointing things about society to me. Like, niggas really be in there just acting a monkey.
I cannot.
Ass fool.
Instagram is doing a lot.
So, two things. First of all, this rumor apparently has some weight to it. Tiny was liking a whole bunch of comments on the gram that were not painting T.I. in the greatest light. A lot of them commenting about him embarrassing her and about the kids having to see it and him being the biggest hypocrite and all of these things. Many of them feel very true. Also, the girl in the video was someone named Asia Epperson. She is an alleged actress. And also, interestingly enough, one of the girls who was involved. Did you hear that story about the Houston's restaurant and how T.I. was like gathering all of his closest Atlanta niggas to boycott Houston? And
no.
Then like, okay, so first I remember Deborah Antony had some story about how like I guess she was there with a large party and they didn't want to like split the check or whatever because they were like niggas. and I don't know.
I mean, if your party is a certain size, I think they don't do that, or it's only a certain number
certain
of
restaurants
cards.
and stuff. It might be policy, but
If this is Houston's you're talking about?
Yeah.
Is that fancy?
Houston's is like, it's nice. I go a
Right.
lot.
It's not
I like the food.
Right. It's not like some budget chain or something, but I'm trying to figure out if it's like nice enough to where you would expect them to only take one check.
Not to me.
Yeah, maybe not. I don't know. I've only been like once or twice, and I don't
Houston's
really remember.
a place that if you're like a regular person with a regular ass job and you're in a relationship, like maybe once in a blue moon, you'd be
okay.
like, let's
Like
go out to a
anniversary
nice
dinner or
dinner.
something?
Yeah, like
Okay.
something like that. It's not giving you like the whole menu isn't in English.
Got you. It's not like we're spending $1,000 or something.
No, it's not that.
Got you.
So she, after that whole thing with Deborah Anthony, T.I. was like, fuck that, and y'all ain't gonna treat niggas like this, and many syllables and everything, and apparently had like gone to the Houstons and had like a sit down with them and was trying to straighten everything out. Go T.I. And later, there was another incident, I believe at the same Houstons, where 3 girls had gone in, I guess, when their kitchen had closed, and then they asked to use the bathroom. Mm-hmm. And then one of the security guards or somebody from the restaurant reportedly had gone into the restaurant, a man, a very large man, went into the restaurant and like grabbed the girls and threw them out into the bushes and was like pinning them down. There's actual video of him like holding these girls down in the bushes outside. It was really, really awful. And one of the girls,
the bathroom girl,
I don't know how it got to that point. One of the girls who, the person recording actually is this girl Asia. All 3 of them got arrested, by the way. Like nothing happened to the guy, but the 3 of them ended up going to jail because somebody who worked at the restaurant was saying that they assaulted the security guard. So they ended up going to jail. T.I. came back out and was like, oh, hell, fuck nah, y'all got to see me, a whole bunch of stuff. And apparently they sat down again and tried to square off some stuff. And that was the last I've heard about the T.I. Houston's beef. Okay. Y'all can go ahead and correct me on that and give me whatever linear notes it is you motherfuckers have, because y'all was all in your feelings when we didn't tell that whole story about him getting arrested at the gate one time, as if it made a difference to me. But
so
this girl,
I can't believe that rings 0 bells for me. I never heard that story at all.
Yeah, it was not too long ago, but it was like an ongoing thing.
Okay.
The girl who was recording the video of the security guard is the same girl in the video that he smacked on the ass.
Oh.
So I don't know if they knew each other prior to that or if they met in the process of that or whatever, but apparently they're close personal friends.
Yeah, got it.
So there's that. T.I. was seen somewhere. I believe his daughter had like a 17th birthday party or something the other day, and he was like on Instagram or some shit and said that King and Major and some of the other kids are with the mom and they're not rocking with him right now. His mama posted some caption saying that she wished the kids were there and she hopes that everybody gets along, and here we are. So, shocking news. T.I. just cheating.
Right. Like, it's another day in NY. I feel for Tiny, but I just wonder how much is enough.
It has been enough.
I could not do this.
I feel like for weak
publicly
people,
for decades,
long time ago.
Right.
Like I feel like the weakest would have been like, I can't do this.
It's too much. Like it's over and over and over again, and it's public. Like
they have so many kids together. They've been together a long ass time. I'm really trying to like level with Tiny here because it just blows to be embarrassed like this and to have everybody. It sucks after you have like forgiven and wrote like an R&B trap song about it. And then like
for everybody to know this about y'all, everybody knows that your man is known for cheating on you.
It just sucks.
It does. It's trash.
Mean, he probably didn't expect that whoever was recording him cheating this time would be hidden in a cardboard box or like a...
It's the disrespect you have to do it in public. It's the utter disrespect you have to do it in public because you are T.I. Therefore, you should know that no matter where you go, you should assume that you are on videotape everywhere you go. Period.
Well, girl... I'm hoping that Miss Tamika can see this relationship with brand new eyes. And
me too. I'm yet praying for her. Because this is just a mess.
Let's move on.
I mean, I believe that niggas can be redeemed, but not without serious help. Almost certainly gonna need a therapist.
But I mean, when you look at like the shit that he posts on Instagram about what marriage is supposed to be and all that stuff. And do you remember that clip, or did you see that clip from the show where they like sat down after the cheating scandal, the last one? Yeah. And she was talking about how she felt and the whole thing with, what's his name, Floyd Mayweather and stuff. Like they have like many men, especially men who are making a ton of money or bringing a ton of money into the house, it's kind of like, well, the lights is on and the gas is on and the kids is eating food and I don't understand, man. Like, what problem is? Like, I don't.
Right.
It just doesn't seem like he has much intention or desire to stop cheating on her.
Right. And it's not something that has changed since y'all have been married. Like, these stories are still regular. And now that the internet is around, we found out about them a lot faster than we did back in like the 90s or whatever.
Especially since everybody has a video camera in their pocket.
Right. So this is just like, it's sad for her, and I don't even want to know what it's like for her kids to see their daddy do shit like that, because that has to have an effect on you. Like,
definitely.
It's just a mess all the way around. And T.I. is the last person who should be giving out marriage, woman advice, anything to do with dating at all. He is the last nigga who should be speaking on the topic. So this is just, I don't understand why niggas can't just do better. Like, it's bad enough to cheat, but for you to be blatant enough to do it in a public space where anybody can see you, like, you didn't even like put the girl in an Uber and have her come over like direct to a secure place. Why would, it's just the carelessness. That's how little he cares. Mm-hmm. That's what pisses me off. Ugh. I could not. Hell no. Woo, Lord, that I have been delivered from the ability to feel like that for another person, because I'd be damned.
Well, God bless everyone involved.
Right.
Do you want to forego letters and talk about the album, or do you want to do the album now and then letters?
You know what? Let's take a break. It's been a while.
Yeah.
And then come back and it'll be a surprise.
Okay.
All right.
Hey guys, today's episode is being brought to you by RX Bar. If you are a parent, you expect the same high-quality, clean label nutrition for your kids as you do for yourselves, right? Well, hopefully. But all too often, we have to compromise when it comes to snacks. Don't I know it? Thankfully, now there's RX Bar Kids, a clean label snack bar made with high-quality, real ingredients designed specifically for kids. With egg whites, fruit, and nuts as the base, RX Bar Kids contain 7 grams of protein and have absolutely no added sugar, gluten, soy, dairy, or any of the bad stuff. And RX bars happen to be quite the taste.
Yes, it just depends on what your specific taste is. I like anything with a nut butter. They have a nut butter variety pack. You know how we feel about nut butters.
And
they're
childish.
Just so good. Also, mango pineapple and peanut butter chocolate. That's a combination I just can never say no to. I'm obsessed. So you can find RX Bar at Target stores, or for 25% off your first order, visit rxbar.com/theread and enter promo code TheRead at checkout. That's rxbar.com/theread. Promo code the READ for 25% off your first order. Try them out, and let's get back to the show.
Okay, so we're back. Mm-hmm. How do you want to do this?
Well, I don't know. This is different. This is something we've kind of done before, but not really. This is a special event.
So Beyonce has happened.
Right. As we are always ready for her to do.
Beyonce has happened this time with her husband, Jay-Z, at the same time.
It is true, yes.
They released their new album, Everything is Love. So really, we're talking about the Carters when it comes to musical group name.
Right. This is a duo called the Carters.
So great. Here we are. Everything is Love is still happening to me.
I was in such distress when it came out. We had just got a flat tire. Me and my aunties and my cousin were in the car, and we had just got a flat tire, and we were waiting on the AAA man to come. And then we were in San Antonio, so it was like 1,000,000 fucking degrees outside, and everybody was just hot and irritated. So, and then Beyonce, it was like somebody came by with free cold ass water. Beyonce was just like, here's an album that you can use as a balm right now over your ashy, hot-ass life.
Yeah.
Like, that's honestly what it felt like to me. I downloaded it immediately.
At the time.
I could not. Like, I had to.
On the spot.
Oh, do you have any, we can talk about, feelings. We can talk about the Ape Shit video. We can dive into favorites.
I think that we should just try to do a very quick track by track opinion thing.
Let's do that.
I do want to say, though, Everything Is Love is like, it's so different than what I would have expected this to be.
Yes, absolutely.
We knew this was going to happen because there have been so much talk about them doing a joint album like for years. And then right after Lemonade and 444 to happen, and you're on tour, it just seemed like if y'all gonna do it, now would be the time to do it.
Right.
I love that it's 9 songs, simple and sweet. And
yes, not too long at all. But
I love
plenty to think about.
The cover.
Yes, the cover is banging. It is everything.
All right. So, number 1, Summer. Summer is cool.
So, yeah. So, the beginning of the album is not my favorite on the album.
I agree.
I do not dislike these songs, but I do not love these songs.
I agree.
Summer, the beat on it is fantastic. It's absolutely gorgeous. It's honestly the lyrical content that makes me a little bit grossed out. All this love and intimacy that I don't like to hear about.
Fair enough.
So I'm just like, I'm uncomfortable because y'all probably fucked right after you did this or right before. But Beyonce's tone on this fucking song is beautiful, nigga. It's like honey dipped velvet on that bitch. It's so gorgeous. So I suffer through the content because I love the way the rest of the song sounds. It's
that is
so
fair.
gorgeous. It's beautiful. Fair. Right. But I'm just like, oh, you know how I am. So, right.
Yeah, I like it. I think it's like a smooth opener. I agree with the way that you described that one. Ape shit. I'm just looking. Oh, I thought that they were the same way.
It's like I tune out when Jay-Z's voice comes in. So it is very much like a Beyonce album featuring Jay-Z in a way. But then also the music itself is like, I see why they build it as the Carters as opposed to Beyonce and Jay-Z. Like, we're doing this sort of... It sounded different than I think most of us were expecting it to sound. And it's just a reminder not to ever underestimate Beyonce because whatever it is you think she's about to do, she's going to top herself.
Yeah.
Like, your expectations are always too low. So
all of the time.
Right. So I just was kind of blown away by how much I was not expecting this album. So yeah.
It is still like... growing on me. I'm still processing a lot of it because when I first listened to it, I was just kind of like, I don't know how I'm feeling. I liked a couple of songs. I liked a lot of the lines. I need to go back and re-listen to it. And it came out. I remember it was like the day I was leaving LA and we had been in LA. I had been in LA at that point for like almost a week.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe a week.
I can't do it.
And I had just done Runyon and were at brunch, me and 3 muscular gays.
Nice.
And at some point after very many mimosas, one of the gentlemen at the table said, and it reminded me of your video, he said, I think Beyonce just dropped an album. And I was like, all right, here we go. Pulled my phone out.
I said, I know it's on Tidal.
I went straight to Tidal, didn't ask anybody a question, and there it was. So, I was traveling, the very next morning, and I've been running around trying to get my life back on track these past few days. So I haven't even been listening to it a lot in transit because I wanted to sit and process this album. I don't know if Beyonce and Jay-Z gonna do another album again. I want to really get into this moment. So I have been only listening to it when I had time to sit down and get high and
it's important.
Pour a glass of wine and really get into it. And then I listen to it on the way here as well. But yes, so that's how I'm feeling about things. It is still happening to me. Ape shit, don't like it.
So Ape Shit sounds exactly what I thought a Beyonce featuring the Migos song would sound like.
1000% agree.
And so I filed it under the Migos category of music that I have, which is like when I'm turning up with niggas and we smoking and drinking and niggas is just chilling.
Absolutely.
And we acting a fool. Like, yes, that song, it's a song for that mood. And I love it for that. Like, the video, though, the video is what blew my mind.
For so many reasons.
I mean, so, like, it being at the Louvre is one thing. That's, very nice. Not impossible to do, but very nice. However, like, I knew watching it that I was not catching all the references because I don't be knowing art like that. And I had to read like 3 or 4 different articles on the internet of everybody really being like, no, bitch, this is something fancy too. It's not just the Mona Lisa. Which, like, when I went, took a picture with the Mona Lisa and then left. Just being honest. It's a big ass museum. Yeah. And I don't art. I don't. So I'm not good at it. So,
you know what I'm praying.
So I just knew, this was iconic. I'm going to take this picture.
Just seeing all of those black bodies in there dancing and braiding hair and shit.
Right. Being black as fuck in front of these white ass paintings and in a place that is probably usually perceived as something not for people like us. Mm-hmm. So.
And bitch, that MCM leotard with matching jacket and hat, bitch.
Okay. I said, you hoes will be searching, but it will not be at an MCM in your local retailer.
Or any other one.
Sure won't. You will not be getting that, girl.
Wow, bitch.
She looked so good. Like, I mean, it's Beyonce doesn't ever look bad, but it's just like, how are you still...
Bitch, the matching pantsuits.
She's everything. Oh,
Put it on.
They're seafoam green and they're...
Put
they're blush pink.
On.
I don't know what shade of pink that is, but...
She said, put it on.
They are just...
So, yeah, you know what?
The video really had me going crazy. But the song itself, I'm like, I can only listen to this under certain circumstances.
I don't like this song for the same reason. And I know it's going to grow on me. This weekend will be the beginning. I disliked it.
It's going to be at every party.
For the same reason that I didn't like 7-Eleven when it came out. You remember I didn't like 7-Eleven for like a few days when it first came out. I was so upset. Like, not with her, but that like I was like not living for a moment, a Beyonce moment that everybody else was. I was like, what is wrong with me? I don't understand. I don't like this song. What's the problem? And then I got fucked up and went to the club and that shit was banging. Yeah. And ever since then, I've not had a problem with 7-Eleven. This week and it's Pride weekend and 305 Live is on Sunday.
Beyonce on a Migos song, you're going to lose your mind.
Like, when I really get fucked up and they turn on Ape Shit, I'm going to go Ape Shit. But just like listening to it, like just chilling or whatever, it just sounds like a Migos song. And not even like one of Migos' best songs. So...
I mean, I love Beyonce on it because Beyonce is out rapping Jay-Z on this album. You can debate somebody else about it.
Many of your fans.
And most of y'all, right. Like, my bitch is nice on the mic. Just don't want you to
Hottest
forget
rapper
that.
in the game.
Better than the hype, nigga. But anyway.
I like all of the shit she's talking about.
Yes, absolutely.
More than anything else.
Across the album,
the whole
that
thing.
theme of, I'm talking my big shit and none of you can argue with me.
And it's actually...
All of it's true.
Like, I really have these things.
I'm honestly the top-notch bitch.
I've been to these places. My great-great-grandchildren are already rich.
On the Forbes list with they black asses. Do you understand? Like, I don't even need a name. Like, I am a letter. Bitch.
Boss. Boss is cool.
Boss is one of mine. This is where the album starts to turn for me. And it gets into
and we have liftoff. Yeah.
This is where I'm like, okay, yes, we're getting into our shit.
I love Boss. Like,
I do too.
Boss
for
me,
great.
It was like what I wasn't into about Ape Shit. It was like Beyonce was like, shut the fuck up, nigga. I'm doing whatever the fuck I want. Immediately on the next song.
You'll get it. You'll get it soon.
Melody, tone, that fucking...
I love it.
That Rihanna Norwood ass time that she hit at the end of the song. I just said...
Y'all can't fuck with Beyonce.
I loved it.
But I loved it. Bragging on her great-grandchildren. It's just like...
That's a lot of brown churn.
She's letting it all out. On 713, she let the whole Houston bird out. And you're right. I'm getting ahead of myself.
I understand.
But it's just like, she's just
having fun.
Yes, she's having a good ass time.
It's almost like Everything is Love.
Ugh, my nigga.
Is like the after party of the event of Lemonade and 444.
Yes, right, exactly.
It's like this was the movie, the full event, us bearing our souls and telling our business. Now it's time to get lit. And if you don't want to, you can stay home.
Yes.
Nice.
Another fave. I liked it immediately.
Love the hook.
Okay. She goes off on this one.
If I gave a fuck about streaming numbers, I would have put Lemonade up on Spotify.
Fuck you.
You.
Fuck you. You're cool. Fuck you.
Okay, so one of the main questions I had about Nice is, like, I think that I honestly have had this theory for a minute that, like, songs that Pharrell is a part of, like writing or producing, I think he has like a contract that says he has to be on song 2.
Yeah, it has
I really do.
It has to be there.
Because he did need to be on that Janelle Monáe song.
Oh, right. No.
And there's another song that came out within the past year, maybe even this year, that was like, why is Pharrell on this? He doesn't need to be. So that's how I felt about Nice. It was like, nigga, you don't need to be on this motherfucker.
Right.
Why am I here?
But also that, like, I was mostly able to just pretend that he was not there.
His part is short.
Right. It's short. It's there, but it's brief.
I'm just like, why?
Why are we here? But yeah, another one that, like, I'm gonna want to hear at a party or in the club. Like, absolutely. And Beyonce just talking her full rich bitch shit on this record. Like, she went totally in, said, like, first of all, you hoes are waiting for my demise. You're patiently waiting. You're patient about it. I'm giving you girls a compliment.
At least there's that.
You're being patient about it, but it's not going to happen because my success can't be quantified the way yours can. I don't give a fuck about your little streaming numbers. I don't give a fuck about your sales. I will reference Lemonade and Spotify. I actually forced you bitches into purchasing one or the other on Tidal or iTunes, and you did it. So fuck all of y'all. Fuck you in particular over there. Y'all over here, I see you. And then fuck all of y'all as well. Like...
Not you. You can choke.
She really sat down and broke it down for us. Like, fuck you, however you feel about it, because I'm that bitch.
And sang it.
So if you're mad about it, you're just going to have to stay that way. Once again, y'all are operating on a level that is foreign to me. I don't do that. We're so famous, we don't even do famous. Like, we don't, the things you girls are pressed about, we can't relate. So,
I really enjoyed the Blue sample or interpolation. I don't know what you would
the
call
shout
that.
out to Blue. Yes. Never seen a
Freestyling live. I mean,
blueprint from my jigger who never writes. So just going ahead and bragging real quick on her baby and her husband. Like, in case you thought it was just me, like, we're actually all just this great.
And
I'm so nice. I'm everybody type. Got him right.
I'm better than the hype.
I'm better than the hype.
Better than it.
And the hype is at ridiculous levels.
And it's true.
And she's better than it.
Because I'm hype at every show.
And I give you life.
And I leave.
And you know you do.
Even more hype.
You leave rejuvenated. You leave feeling good about yourself.
Is telling the truth.
That's the thing. Like, oh my God, you niggas.
I just stand for honesty.
Woo, a rapper who is flexing and telling the truth in the lyrics. Oh, man.
When will your fave?
I stand a
Honestly,
legend.
I need to know when.
I'm just, your fave will actually absolutely never.
713, and we're at cruising altitude. This is for me when it was just like, okay, I'm full in.
Yeah.
Like, there was no turning back. After this, I'm fully
this album is for
on board.
Me. This fucking hood rat. Would I tell you the bird flew out of this bitch?
It jumped out. This song,
the behavior you displayed was bird-like.
The bird jumped out.
I love this shit. I cannot wait to hear this at the Houston show. I am going to die. I know it.
The walls may actually come crumbling
Everybody's
down.
going to lose it for that chorus. Everybody. The verses are just going to be where niggas get their breath back. No shade to Jay-Z.
Right.
But everybody's going to be living for Beyonce in that chorus. Oh, it's so
the
good.
Beat.
The beat is everything.
More shit talking.
Yeah, telling the story of when they first met. And honestly, this song, lyrically, I'm tuning it out for the chorus because it's not that his verses are bad, it's that they make me mad.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they make me mad.
I get it.
Like, so you did all this for this girl when you first met her and you felt all these ways, and then you turned around and did her like this? Really? You did that to Beyonce? Like,
it is so funny how the hive is still healing.
Like,
like Beyonce is like, forgive him and move on, bitch.
And we're like, we are really trying. But like, how
no,
dare
y'all
you?
gonna like my man. That's what y'all are gonna do, bitch.
And we just like, well, it's gonna take some time.
I'm cool. Like,
I mean, I appreciated him literally asking us for forgiveness. I did. I appreciated that a lot. That actually helped heal my heart quite a bit. So I feel like by the time I see them in July, I'll be ready. So,
I'm happy
but anyway,
that they're happy together.
Jumping ahead again, this was just... I was just like, I'm not impressed by this whole black women, you rescued us, and all the women who have been putting up with nigga shit and all this. Like, thanks for the shout out, but like, you niggas could do better, and that would solve all of this.
It would solve so much.
Like, y'all could just not expect women to replace the role of your mother in your life while also fucking you and raising your kids. Like, you could just do that. You could be like a grown man who deals with his shit and contributes to his household and his family in more ways than one. Like, it's not just paying the bills. It's being like an active and present father and husband and like anticipating other people's needs and like being part of something. Like, you could do that.
And the scariest part, being like emotionally invested.
Being, right. Like,
and
caring about the people who are pouring so much into you, having basic respect like T.I. don't have for Tiny, to at least not be out here groping bitches in public.
Friends.
Anyway, so
Let's
yeah, that song I was just like, but however, the chorus though, like those are my feelings about Jay-Z. I'm able to enjoy the song, and you know, I'm working through that. I'm working through those feelings.
In time, friend.
Yeah, it won't take me too much longer.
So, next song, Friends. Favorite song.
Favorite, yes, absolutely. Lyrically, my favorite song,
This
and probably top 2 for me.
Definitely. I love this
one. This
song.
Is so good.
Love the beat. Love the way that Beyonce is flowing on it.
Yes.
Love the fact that JC said, nigga, I'm not coming to your fucking wedding. Me and my wife are fucking beefing. She done took my child and
She's
hit
in
the street.
Europe.
She is not fucking with my marriage is crumbling. And you want me to come
go to
where?
Your fucking wedding? Your wedding that she ain't going to? Are you out of your fucking mind?
I love that.
Kanye has lost it. I'm very glad
part.
he said that because it's very clear who the fuck you are talking to in that whole verse. We're just like, really though, are you, maybe you don't feel that way about Kim, but like, I'm trying to get this woman back. So I'm not going to show up to y'all's reality TV ass life of an event. I'm not doing that. Sorry. No, I'm working on my marriage. How do you not get that?
I don't know.
But anyway, it's a lot of things about Kanye that puzzle me these days. So
I think that this is also going to be a good one for the clubs, you know, towards the let out after, you know, the night is like slowing down and you're still there drunk with your friends. And you throw your arms around each other and just bob.
Oh, yes. This is going to be a lot of Instagram captions coming from this song when y'all go places with your friends this summer.
Oh, yeah. Already.
Gonna be a lot of that.
Love it.
All of this about how small and finite her circle is. She ain't making no room.
Your friends are foes. My friends are goals.
Okay. And talking about how much she loves her life, how much she loves these people who are like closer than kin to her, how these are like her niggas. They know all of her shit. Like, it just feels good. I think, I don't know. It's like, it's very relatable to be like, you know, I got these niggas in my life that hold me down. They keep me from, you know, overreacting to y'all's bullshit. Like, they're just regular people, like, not regular people, but like people who hold an extremely special place in my heart. Like people I can really trust in this world of people that I absolutely would not be able to.
And I also love when she says about them, you might catch these hands.
She's threatened violence to us a few times.
Yeah. I love it.
Yeah, I do too. Beat our asses.
I love it.
Yeah.
Because I honestly feel like it's never going to come to that, but if it had to,
it never will.
Beyonce's going off.
I mean,
I like to picture it.
You're going to have to go through so many other people before you have the opportunity to fight Beyonce.
She's the final boss of the last entry in the trilogy.
You're not doing that.
You have to get to, so many other fights have to take place before you get to Beyonce.
But yeah, I really did like this song. I like how Jay-Z went through the name of every nigga who has access to his home, period.
I loved that part.
It was like a guest list at the VIP, like in the club. It was like, there are no plus ones.
Loved that part.
This is a list of 7 niggas who are allowed to be near me, and that is it.
How many people you feel like got Jay-Z's email and didn't get put on the song?
They had to know, though. First of all, some of these names I have been hearing for a long time.
Right, I recognize most of them.
I feel like I know Ty.
Right.
I feel like I've been there with him through all the shit he been through. I just love that they just wanted to give a quick shout out to the niggas that hold them down and keep them grounded. It's important. Because a lot of these bitches do have fake-ass, fraud-ass friends. And I know a lot of y'all took that personally.
Well, and it's the season of discovery, bitch. Because right now was the moment where the girls are finding out.
A lot of y'all got terrible, terrible friends. So shout out to the real ones.
Heard about us.
This is a little 3-minute long stunt on our asses. I was like,
go to Cuba, then Aruba in the middle of the winter. Skirt. Brand new sprinter. Her sprinter is the first sprinter I think I ever seen or noticed.
Yeah, definitely. I don't even think I'd ever seen something like that before. I thought it was it kind of is a big-ass van, but much nicer than what you think a van looks like.
I honestly thought that it had wings that came out from underneath and she could just fly
it. Probably does.
Maybe.
She just doesn't fly it when the rest of us can see it.
Right.
But it absolutely does.
Love this song as well. Love the beat of this one as well.
Yeah, they take vacations that niggas would have to save up for 3 years in advance at the drop of a hat. They're just like, oh, you know what? Aruba in the middle of the winter.
And you know what?
We felt like warmth.
I also think that this was definitely the first song that has had me considering making this switch to Duce. I'm going to.
You should try it out for real.
To try the next time that I go to order some Hennessy, which was probably going to be tomorrow.
Right.
I will order Duce instead and keep that up. That is going to be my 22-day challenge, Beyonce. I might not be able to do vegan food.
Oh, no.
But we'll see what happens with that.
I don't see that ever happening for me.
I could do vegan food if I had Beyonce money.
Oh, well, yeah.
Because with Beyonce money,
you can make anything taste good. Because Beyonce could just tell somebody to do that. So, anyway.
Also Heard About Us, one of my favorite moments. I just love shit-talking Bun Beyonce.
Yeah.
And...
Bun Beyonce.
Right.
Accurate.
When she says at the end, if you don't know, now you know. That...
Nigga.
This is what I want... from Beyonce and all of her hoodness.
She's doing runs.
I hope that when they perform this, that she gives us at least 8 more niggas after this one. And just goes off. I want this a Love on Top version of this. I just love
She's
hearing
straight up
her.
telling you bitches to stay in your lane. The whole fake humble, that shit is over. Fuck that. No, bitch, I'm Beyonce.
Live.
Put respect on my check. It's gonna come on my name, and we both know it.
Black Effect.
Black Effect is my favorite.
Oh, is it?
It is.
Okay, I love Black Effect too.
I do. This is my favorite one, just because it's...
I'm good on any MLK Boulevard.
I fell apart when I heard that.
What a statement.
Because I instantly thought of the number of niggas who ain't.
I shouldn't have done that. Step into the room with facts.
I instantly thought about the number of niggas who can't be on any MLK Boulevard for one reason or another. And honestly, when it boils down to it, both of them have something to do with cooning or selling out your people for a check. however you want to phrase it. So the lady at the beginning, she's Jamaican, right?
Gotta be.
I felt
Thank you for reminding me that. There was another like little monologue or something towards, I think on the first song from someone who also sounds Jamaican, which reminded me how much Beyonce stands for my country.
I mean, and they were just in Jamaica too.
Right.
So I'm sure a lot of this album work was done over there.
Right.
So makes sense. But you know, even though
Jamaica.
Even though this woman is talking about love, I still enjoyed it. Like it felt like pretty good.
It was so beautifully said.
It
and
was.
The fact that it was an accent that sounded like it could be any one of my aunties just made it even warmer.
And then they went into like celebration of the love of blackness. Opening up with good on any MLK. I'm sure white people were like, well, what? Well, are we good? Is it Verizon? Does it not work on there? Like, they probably had no idea what that even meant. Yeah. But just like getting you niggas into it right from the very beginning. I love that he brought up how white people have been coming at him from all different angles because they haven't been able to get him on shit else, and he's still skating by all the alphabet boys with ease. He talked about how they was mad over the Khalif Browder documentary, and they can stay mad because the Trayvon Martin one is coming up next.
Love.
And then it gets even better because he goes back to being on any MLK Boulevard, and now Beyonce is in the background hyping this nigga up like, he good!
Right.
Nigga, I had to pause the song the first time I heard that because I was dying.
When I saw that meme,
this little hood rat cheerleader
of Marge Simpson and
Homer
said she's holding him back.
Yes. It is exactly what I pictured.
That was so funny.
That is exactly what I saw when I heard that.
I love this song.
I'm Malcolm X. Like, I just love that. And the whole time they're talking about, well, obviously talking about black shit, but they're good anywhere they go because they don't sell out their people for success, unlike a lot of the rest of you hoes.
Yikes.
It just is what it is. They can probably talk about blackness. Beyonce straight up said, "You're not going to shoot the nose off our pharaoh," which I took to mean was that you're not going to take the blackness and then shoot the black off of it. Like, and Jay-Z talked about the rest of you colonizing, appropriating assholes when he said that shit about cornrows and how they come in for cornrows too, so put up your scarecrows. And then the main bitch put up a video of herself in a cornrow lace front that same damn night. I said, see, he knows. Like, they know. And they talk about it freely and openly, and I loved this song so much.
Last but not least, there's Love Happy, which I really love the back and forth.
I appreciated the part,
This is another song that makes you mad, and I know exactly why.
Yes, exactly this. I rolled my eyes through this song. But I did, again, really appreciate him saying, haters, please forgive me. The please, it really means a lot to me. It's actually helping me heal. That's not even a joke. So I'll get over it really soon.
I loved it. Beyonce was like, what did you say? We sharing our truth?
Oh yeah, we telling these people the truth or something. Like, these
we
people,
keeping it real with these people.
I love that she said these people. Come on now, we talking to these people,
right?
Not people who like know us or are reasonable. We talking to the public, like
right.
We being real with these niggas, right? So let's be real. Like, you lucky I didn't kill you when I met the bitch. The fact that Beyonce met the bitch, I could not. I don't know how she didn't. I don't know how the Solange didn't jump out. I really don't, because I would have had an ass whooping for both of them niggas line. Him first, and I did appreciate
Solange like the Solange, and you jumped out.
It jumped out.
That's never not gonna be funny.
That means it's gonna be great forever. It's gonna be great forever. Shout out to Monique. But what was I saying? Forgot.
I loved when she said, Hope and Beezus watch the throne.
Oh, that was another direct shot at Kanye.
Why not just step on his scrotum? Why not just do the run the world dance?
I feel like she stuck that in there after the slavery was a choice shit. I feel like she was like, you know what? I wasn't even going to go that hard, but fuck it. Do the Beezus shit. And I'm saying watch the throne. So it's no ambiguity about this.
Yikes. I'm into it.
Oh! Oh, I will stand for this woman forever. She will always give it to me. So, anyway, but yeah, Love Happy, she swears that this was worth it. And again, I do believe that all things are possible through therapy. Yes. And Jay-Z talks openly about going to therapy and breaking down and changing his life. So if he said he did it and she said he did it and she has the love that she wants now, then I am going to believe that. But
I do too. So.
I believe it, and I'm happy for her because of that. However, in my personal life, I've never experienced a nigga actually changing for the better. And so I cannot relate to this. Like, where in my interactions with the niggas I have been exposed to and the niggas I know, certain friends, baby daddies and things like that, I've never seen a nigga actually break down, work his issues out, and like rededicate himself to his wife. She talked about how he fucked up the first stone and they had to do it over again, which, explains the renewing of the vows or whatever they chose to do. So I just felt like, this is... I'm truly happy for y'all. I wish I knew a nigga who had done something like that.
And you know what? At the same time, I think that probably has a lot to do with why so many fans are still like mad at Jay-Z, because many of us who have been cheated on have not had the experience of a nigga even saying sorry, much less putting in work to actually do better and be better and like fix the relationship.
We're like, wait, so it's possible? So how come the rest of them not doing this?
We don't have that experience.
Right. It's easier to just be mad at her for staying than to think about blaming the niggas in our lives.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it's like they have a completely different world that they live in.
Right. And they are right. They have lives that we cannot even fathom.
They've been together longer than a lot of us have been in relationships with people that have cheated on us. You know what I'm saying? They have access to pretty, I would say, any form of help or therapy that a couple could get.
That's true.
The best of the best.
They are
I would
hugely
assume.
privileged.
So, I'm good. Like, I believe my queen is not dumb. And that she's with this nigga, on tour with this nigga, hyping and claiming this nigga because he put in the work and she's comfortable in the situation and she is in with him and her marriage and loves him and that things will all be good.
I believe that Jay-Z has changed the way that they both say he has changed.
Yes.
I do. I believe that he is dedicated to his marriage in a way that he was not previously capable of being. So I am happy for Beyonce. Just listen to it like, really, this happens? More of these niggas should catch on, because you're just out here inflicting all kinds of unnecessary pain, and it just doesn't have to be this way. And it doesn't even necessarily take therapy as much as it takes being real with yourself about what you expect out of a relationship versus what you give.
Maybe some niggas need to go to therapy to learn how to do that.
Maybe so, And again, I feel like I stand for therapy the way I stand for Beyonce.
I do too.
It is everything.
I just talked to my therapist today about... Never mind.
Right. No, you don't have to give us all that.
But I just talked to this lady today.
Yeah.
And I
talked to mine yesterday.
Legit, like... I think like I have real insomnia. Like I don't go to bed. Like my mind just doesn't turn off. And so I barely even got sleep before I had to do like a phone session with her. Like if I don't show up at a certain time in the office, she'll just call my phone because she know I'm not coming.
Oh, okay.
So I was like definitely dead sleep. I heard that phone ring and got, hey, yeah, girl, I'm here. So this is what I want to talk about today.
Like you actually woke up and was like, no, we need to get through this shit. This has been
when we were in
me.
LA. I spoke to her, like, we usually talk at like 11 a.m. And I got up at 8 and sat and called her, or she called me at 8 and was like, she didn't realize that I was in California. So when I told her, like, towards the end of the session, she was like, oh, you got up at 8 o'clock to do this? I was like, couldn't miss it. Had some shit on my chest.
Yes, like, dedication. Because it helps.
Whatever
it really does.
Helps.
It helps.
You to get peace of mind or better understanding of how you operate or how to operate in ways that will, best or be beneficial to you and those around you. fucking go for it.
Right.
You know, especially therapy is like my number one way to start. I'm just like out here telling people to go to therapy like you would go to a fast food restaurant.
I mean, absolutely. Because if you can, I feel like it's just so helpful. It's just very useful to have somebody qualified and objective, somebody, a neutral party who is also qualified. These things are important to like help you work through your shit, because a lot of people have blinders up to some things that have happened that they don't even know are affecting them. So, you know, this song gave me the hope that, you know, niggas can change. It was like, you know, a bit of a bright spot. And I thought it was a nice way to wrap up not just this project, but the stories of Lemonade and 444.
Yes.
I thought it was a nice conclusion. Yeah. And so, you know, I've listened to it maybe twice. I don't need to experience all those feelings, but... But I do like the song. I love the part about how she and Solange were twinning and now Blue and Remy are.
Oh, yes. Loved that line.
That was so sweet. So, yeah, I just, you know how I feel about feelings. I just can't be that close to feelings.
Well, you know, great album. Love what is happening here. I think that, like, the, 2 songs that... Actually, really, the only song I do not care for is Ape Shit. It's funny that it's the first single.
Right. It's not that I don't like any of them. There are just some that I don't like as much as the others.
I really don't care for Ape Shit. But again, I think that this weekend is going to change that.
Yeah, no, Summer is the one that disturbs me in my spirit the most. Right. But again, Beyonce sounds so good on it that I'm just like, fuck it.
Right.
I'll deal. So...
Well,
great job, Queen. No one should have ever doubted you. Certainly no one will again. Because you niggas swore up and down you was not streaming no joint album. And as soon as the shit came out, I mean as soon. Y'all could not wait. Talk about share that title login. No, and then she put it on the rest of the streaming for y'all. Didn't she?
You know she was going to, yeah.
Yeah, it's on Apple Music, right? And everything, so...
I don't know if it's on Apple Music. I think it might be.
I think it is on Apple Music.
Okay. You can definitely buy it in the store.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I bought it on iTunes, but I think it's streaming as well. I don't know for sure. Somebody will let us know.
So yeah, I actually
that's my fave.
am really, really hyped to go see this show.
Yeah, very excited for this
I
tour.
can't wait to see how they're going to like perform a lot of these songs, the visuals. I cannot wait to see the visuals and whatever's going to be happening on the screen for 713, for Friends.
Am I going to want to cover my eyes and duck down like Blue?
Probably. Knowing you.
Probably. We probably have the same reaction to a lot of these clips.
Her little face, she's so funny.
She was just funny. Like, gross.
She looked at that shit like, ugh. Oh no. Oh no.
The same way she was looking at the crowd.
Right, like,
woof. The same way she looked at you niggas when she was in New Orleans.
That kid is hilarious. She's fucking hilarious.
She's always disgusted by the world around her. Like, same, sis. She's always unimpressed.
Love it. Well, that is how we feel about the album.
Everything is love. Everything's Gucci.
So, do you want to just take a break?
Yeah,
let's take a break here.
Let's take a break
and we'll be back.
Yes.
Hey, y'all, speaking of therapy, remember that today's podcast is being brought to you by Talkspace, the online therapy company that lets you message a licensed therapist from anywhere at any time. All you need is a computer with an internet connection or the Talkspace mobile app. That means you can improve your mental health even if you've had trouble making time for it in the past. Trust me, we understand it can be difficult.
Yes.
Remember, therapy isn't just about venting your innermost thoughts or digging into childhood memories or talking about that last fool that ran you ragged and wasted your damn time.
Right.
It's also about being practical, everyday strategies for stress management and living a happier life. Having a therapist simply provides you a designated person for you to talk to who is trained to listen and help you make positive changes. The Talkspace platform has over 2,000 licensed therapists who are experienced in addressing life challenges we all face.
Yes, all of us go through something. So to match with a perfect therapist for a fraction of the price of traditional therapy, go to Talkspace.com/read and use the code READ to get $45 off your first month. That's code READ at Talkspace.com/read. Talkspace is therapy for how we live today. Try them out. Let's move on.
This week is also being brought to you by Squarespace, where you can turn your dream into a reality. And lots of y'all, if you've got a new idea or something you're working on and you need a website for it, this is definitely a great place to start. Squarespace makes it easier than ever to launch your passion project, whether you're looking to start a new business, showcase your work, publish content, sell products, and more. Squarespace is the tool for you, with beautiful templates that are created by some of the baddest designers on earth and the ability to customize pretty much everything with just a few simple clicks. You can easily make a beautiful website all by your lonesome. Both of us have used Squarespace before for our websites.
Very simple.
It is really easy. Squarespace has a powerful e-commerce functionality that lets you sell anything online and help analytics help you grow on your website in real time. Everything is optimized for mobile right out of the box, and there's nothing to patch or upgrade ever. Always my favorite line. Hate that. Simple. Squarespace makes all of that stuff simple, as well as buying domains. And you'll get the help you need with Squarespace's 24/7 award-winning customer support, because that is necessary.
Yes.
They also empower millions of people, from designers to lawyers, artists to gamers, even restaurants and gyms, to turn great ideas into something real.
Yes, and again, it's very simple, and their templates are really cute.
Really cute.
Everything is customizable, and you can just make it look so nice, even though you don't know anything at all about websites and computers and things. So check out squarespace.com for a free trial, and when you're ready to launch, use offer code READ to save 10% off your first purchase of a site or domain. That's squarespace.com. Offer code READ for 10% off. Let them know we sent you, and let's wrap up the show.
All right, it's time for the read.
Yeah, it is. It's too long to do questions. Sorry for those of you who just stand for questions.
So I don't really know. I don't really have a read. I just, all I want to say is that I'm so incredibly disgusted and heartbroken, and I feel so pessimistic. I feel so just helpless once again because of this shithole administration, this
let's just talk about it.
Horrible government. These stories of these thousands of kids that are basically being caged like animals at the border,
right,
and separated from their families is
it's inhumane.
It is inhumane, absolutely. But I was trying to the other day make a caption or a post and put the number up and that kind of thing, but I literally could not form words. I don't get it. How much worse do things have to get before real work is put in for the good of everyone? How evil is it to be ripping kids away from families?
Right.
Toddlers, infants.
Right. Babies, and caging them up. Literal infants.
Border Patrol is out there being assholes to these kids, and then you got Jeff Sessions' dumbass talking about these kids are getting greater care.
And you're lying to everybody. Your own people. That Kirsten bitch, she contradicted and lied on herself so many times. I was like, how have we gotten to the point that people who speak for the administration and the president himself can outright lie over and over and over again, and people just accept it? But you lying, we are probably desensitized to Donald Trump lying because it happens every fucking day. But you're playing with people's lives. And it's it's not even just the trauma of separating children from their parents, which is bad enough all by itself. That's bad enough all by itself. The fact that you do it, and you do it gleefully. You call these people vermin that are coming to infest this country. He did this shit today where he stopped the shit that he started. So he's going to expect people to applaud him for doing something that he
His dumbass
started
daughter is
doing.
thank you so much for saving these families and ending da-da-da-da-da. You mean the same shit he did?
The shit he is the one who enforced that policy. He is the one who made the decision to separate families. The pictures that people are seeing online of somebody, a small child being in one of those cages, and it says the picture was taken under the Obama administration. The story accompanying it is yes, these were set up for unaccompanied children who showed up on the border without a parent or guardian. So it's this is where we're putting them until we figure out where they go. It was not, this is just some child who came and his mama is right here with him, but we gonna separate them because fuck them. What are you doing here anyway? As if it is not illegal to show up at the borders of the United States seeking asylum. That is not illegal. People are allowed to do that regardless of immigration status. So why are y'all separating them from their kids if for no other reason than to fuck them up? It's nothing but to devastate people. That picture of that little 2-year-old, 3-year-old girl crying like that, I knew he was going to be bad. And this honestly is something that I could have anticipated him doing because he is awful. And he has made it clear how he feels about Mexicans. Because, again, they're not policing white immigrants like this. So not only is it inhumane, it's racist because of who you're choosing to do this to. So this is very well within what I expected Donald Trump to do, but actually living it is so goddamn depressing. I cannot believe that this person is president of the United States. And it took, first of all, I want to shout out everybody who did a lot of the pressuring of this in ways that really count. Like, I think a lot of people discount internet activism or whatever, but if you tweeting at your representatives and calling phone numbers and all this and telling people that they need to speak up against this. And there is so much pressure that not only did the 4 previous first ladies, but the current first lady all came out against your policy. Like, God damn, my nigga, your own wife came out with her trash ass, came out and was like, this is actually awful. Can't believe you're doing this. Like, it took hardcore Republicans to start to change their minds about it for him to even do the very little bit that he did by saying, okay, we're not going to do it no more. After saying he couldn't do it with an executive order and trying to blame it on Congress, then somehow magically doing it by executive order. But I can guarantee you, I think he went to Wisconsin tonight. He's going to be at that rally talking about how he's a decent person because he stopped the family separation that was actually put in office years ago. And, you know, you can't be mad at me for enforcing. Like, I'm certain that's what he's going to do because he's pandering to his base. The fact that we have a president sitting in office right now who actively goes to rallies, the nigga just got sworn in like a year and a half ago. What the fuck are you constantly campaigning for? Like, I've never seen no shit like this in my whole life. It's like he has to go out and be fed by his cheerleaders in order to keep going. It's like he needs to feed off that hatred in order to keep doing the shit that he's doing. Because the rest of this is just, I knew he was soulless, but goddamn, you're taking infants from their parents. How? How can you do something like that?
Yeah.
It's just disgusting. Like, my heart breaks because, yeah, you might be not doing it now, but the damage has already been done. These kids have been, a lot of them have been spread out. I think it's 13 different states where they can go. I think some of them are in Harlem, or they were in Harlem like this morning or yesterday or something like that. Like, that's how far some of these kids have gotten from their parents in Texas. That's just the beginning. Like, there's no plan in place for getting these kids back to their parents. Some of them could have already been deported and can't afford to come back to the States and try to fight to find their child. So what, they just never see their baby again? Like, this is just the scale of how awful this is. And this coming on the heels of the news about Puerto Rico and how that hurricane, they vastly underreported the number of people who died and the number of people who are still struggling to get life back to normal. And Donald Trump went over there and threw them niggas some canned tuna and like some Cheez-Its and was like, make it work. Like, he literally gave no fucks about them people. And now brown people are crossing the border from Mexico into this country, which honestly, Texas is they shit anyways. But anyway,
I mean, right.
But, you know, white people, they feel strongly about the things they stole. So they get to be hypocritical about this. Anyway, it just, the fact that anybody could do this, it is a level of not caring about people. It's like, it's proof that he does not see the rest of us as people. And it's heartbreaking for me to witness. And I'm also scared because I know niggas is next.
Right.
So it's hard. It's hard to pay attention to the news. It's hard to really believe that America elected somebody this fucking incompetent. It just is depressing.
Yeah, I don't really have much to say.
Yeah,
much else to say about it.
He's an authoritarian. He's a fascist. He wants people to bow to him. Like, he wants people to bend to his will. So all I have is, you know, let's take the small win, which is not even, it's barely a win, but it's still a win that he is at least pausing this. Let's hope that the family detention centers are not trash on top of trash, even though I'm sure they are. Let's hope, I don't know. Because in my wildest dreams, the things I really want to happen is that totally different people are running this country. Like, it's hard for me to even envision something better because this man has no intention of treating us like we're human beings. He's just trash. Fuck Donald Trump. Fuck every single person involved in his administration. Fuck Ivanka. Fuck Melania. Fuck Jeff Sessions. He's the real motherfucker behind that evil ass Keebler elf. He's the real motherfucker behind a lot of this.
Yeah.
He's been gunning for, he has hated us since the civil rights era. So he's just getting the opportunity to do the things he's dreamed about doing for decades. I'm just disgusted. So.
Well, yeah, I feel exactly the same, honestly. And it's been kind of hard to feel productive or want to do anything when you're constantly reminded that you're dealing with people who are completely evil and don't care about human lives, even those of like children, which we already knew before looking not so long ago, the whole movement and rallies for these kids in high school who are fighting to like feel safe at school, and grown ass American adults are telling them that we would rather have children. Guns.
Oh, yeah. And Coulter said that those crying immigrant children are child actors and Donald Trump shouldn't fall for it. So, you know, they're all participating in the bullshit. They're all part of it. Every last one of them. So it's trash. I know we all get tired and burnt out on how trash this administration is. So it's important to take your breaks. And, you know, when you can't do it, don't do it. Because, you know, this is a lot. So manage it however you can and then get back into it and get back to fighting back. Because it's like speaking up about things like this is so important. But they're counting on us getting tired. They're counting on us they're counting on being able to do so much bullshit back to back to back to back that eventually we're all going to burn out. That's why I say it's important to take breaks and then get back into it when you can. Because if you stay invested in the news all day, every day, and like constantly on Twitter reading the headlines and everything, you'll go fucking nuts. It's just too much.
It's true.
So, yeah, everything you can do to not be in support of this administration, make sure you're registered to vote and that you're ready to vote in these midterm elections so we can get some of these local Republican assholes the fuck up out of here. Those of you who have that issue. So I don't know, man. Like, keep hope alive, everybody. This administration is hot ass trash. There's just no better way to say it.
And with that being said, I guess we can wrap things up.
Yeah, I guess that's going to wrap up this week's episode of The Read. Check us out at thisistheread.com and follow us on social media at This Is The Read. Do you have any news this week?
305 Live is sold out.
Yay, congrats.
I will keep y'all posted on whether or not there'll be tickets at the door.
Okay.
It's a possibility, a strong possibility. But
okay.
Even if we do have tickets at the door, it's going to be limited. So keep your eyes on...
It's usually pretty packed in there, so I don't know how many you can sell at the door.
Right.
Yeah, we'll see, though.
But thanks so much to everybody who bought a ticket and came or is coming out to the party. Cannot wait to see y'all. It's going to be a great time. Yeah.
Yeah, so that is going to be big fun. Also, our new... what is this? I feel like line is too big of a word for this. Our new apparel collection.
Sure.
Called Break Up With Him is dropping this Friday on Shop the Read. That is at noon Eastern time that the link will be live and available. So check out our posts on Instagram and Twitter to see the little promo video. And if you're interested, that's Friday at noon, shoptheread.com. Also, shout out to DeRay and everything he's doing over on his podcast, Pod Save the People. They are constantly having interviews talking about the real life issues. If you've been looking for another politically based show to start listening to on a regular basis, head their way. They focus on the overlooked news, and it's kind of a hopeful show. People learn a lot while listening and getting inspired by DeRay's conversations with, like I said, lots of guests like John Legend, Tammy Duckworth, Chance the Rapper, Chapter. Experts on everything from criminal justice to North Korea. So again, to stay in the know, go check out DeRay's podcast. Shout out to him. And I think that's it for this week. Do we have an acronym or anything else? Last thoughts?
I do not have an acronym. I will just say happy Pride. Have a great weekend.
Have fun, y'all.
Have a safe weekend. Go ape shit. Good night.